in the first half, 4 touchdowns in the second. You can't make that up.
Well, y'all beat the Chargers. That's
bro.
That's
And we was
and
live, bro. We was live. I don't know. Yeah, bro. We was live during that game, bro. And I was just keeping chill.
Get evening. It's Friday night. You know what that means. It's time for the number one sports podcast in the world. It's time for Sports Review. Live on YouTube, I'm John. Nick Freeze. What it do? Our boy Mark is on assignment tonight, so our boy Trail is back in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got some special guests in the house. Up in the right-hand corner, back with us from Tuesday, our boy James Graham from the Live, Laugh, and Talk podcast, representing the Panthers from the NFC South.
And Live, Laugh, Talk. It's a podcast. Live, Laugh, Talker on Twitter. And nice to be back with you, fellas, man. Let's talk about these Panthers.
All right, and here to talk about the AFC South, right here we have out of the great state of Washington, representing for the Colts, also from the Sports After Dark crew, the great C. Lou is in the house. C. Lou, what's good?
What's good, y'all?
And in the left corner right here under our screen, representing that Duval County, we got the Homie Studio podcast in the house. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves individually so the crowd will know who we're talking to tonight.
Yo, it's your boy Shades coming live from Duval.
And your boy Ryan Ladon coming live from Duval. I've been out here long enough to be able to speak on them, so we're going to talk about them.
All right. Make sure y'all subscribe. Follow these brothers. They all doing their thing on the podcast world and the sports world. We'll give you the information in a second and before the end of the show. But make sure you hit that subscribe button for Sports For You podcast. Also, subscribe to Homie Studio podcast on YouTube as well. Subscribe to Sports After Dark on YouTube. And make sure y'all subscribe to the Live, Laugh, and Talk podcast with James on wherever you find your streaming platforms. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Like us on Facebook, Sports For You podcast. Also, you can like Homely Studios also on Facebook. Follow us all on Twitter at Sports For You podcast. And also on Instagram at Sports For You podcast. You can follow me at jwatson0984 on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Nick on Twitter and Instagram at 99gorilla. Even though he's not here, y'all follow Mark on Instagram at HiOnMark on Instagram and at HiOnMark1 on Twitter. Trail, tell them where they can follow you.
Find me at money_ice, Instagram and Twitter.
James, tell them where they can follow you.
And Laugh Talker on Twitter.
C. Lou.
Yeah, you can find me at DropBallsPod on Twitter.
And Homie Studio, let's start. Phase, start with you first.
Yo, so y'all can find me at Pinnacle underscore Ventures on IG, and then at Homie Studios on Twitter.
And you can find me at Voodoo_Slim on IG and Twitter.
All right. So we're gonna talk some NBA. We're here to talk some NFL preview, the NFC and the AFC South. Again, thanks for Trail and James for joining us again today as we talk NFC South on Tuesday. And again, to these brothers for taking time out their schedule to be with us on tonight. So let's I want to start with the breaking news, and then we'll get into and we'll get into the rest of the topics. The breaking news, which broke within the last 3 hours, if you haven't heard, obviously it started yesterday with the news that Trey Lance, the number 3 pick from the 2021 NFL draft by the San Francisco 49ers. What up, Vince? What up, Noodle? Was, of course, named the third string quarterback after former USC Trojan and another former number 3 overall pick, Sam Darnold, beat him out to be the backup behind Brock Purdy in San Francisco. Shout out to SC. And it was announced about 4:15 today from Adam Schefter reporting that Trey Lance has been traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th-round pick in this coming 2024 draft. All right. I'm going to first start with Trail because you talked about this yesterday at work. You pretty much called that this was about to happen. We didn't have a location for where Trey Lance was going. What was your reaction to this news?
I was like, I told you. I wasn't surprised. I was not
I was kind of surprised that was the Cowboys, but I just knew he was going to get traded because I get it. He's not that good of a quarterback, but for some reason, him being QB3, I'm like, nah, they setting him up to get rid of him because there was no way he was going to be a QB3 on that team for long. Like, I didn't. There was something. Everyone else was like, dog, he's trash. He's this. He's that. I'm like, I get it, but it just something didn't sit right, and here it is.
All right, we're gonna go to our guest. Nick's gonna close out the segment. All right, James, what did you make of the Trey Lance trade?
I was a little bit surprised. I didn't see that one coming, especially to Dallas. But somebody's got to back up Cooper Rush, so why not? But I think he's going to actually be an asset. I mean, he's got some style to him, and he's with the right coaching staff that probably developing. Get him
James.
I don't trust
you hear what you're saying, right?
James, you know how much shade you just said in that one comment.
Yeah, it was a lot of shade thrown.
Hey, you know it too.
I'm still got the show, dog. That was crazy.
He said he backing up Cooper Rush like Cooper Rush ain't the backup quarterback. That's funny.
That is hilarious.
You take better last year than that.
Wow.
Hey, dog, you got to kick off the show. It just started, dog. You got to leave.
See, Lou, you was just talking about this in the Sports After Dark spaces, and obviously one of your partners on the Sports After Dark crew is a Niners fan. What was the reaction? Obviously, I've seen the reaction in the community, but what was your reaction to it, and what was people saying in the spaces?
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much my reaction was I wasn't shocked that he got traded. Honestly, I thought they was gonna roll with 3 quarterbacks just because, I thought he would have beat out Allen at least to be the 3rd quarterback. But with their history of quarterback play, and they always get injured, even though when they make these deep playoff runs, I would have thought they would have kept Trey Lance. But I wasn't shocked that he really got traded. I was shocked that he went to the Cowboys until I actually thought about it. I mean, it's a business decision for the Cowboys. He is going to back up Cooper Rush. Like, he is the 3rd string quarterback over there, in my opinion. But it's one of those things, if Dak doesn't, he's up for an extension soon. So if Dak doesn't get the money that he wants, you could possibly see him being up out of there, and then maybe Trey Lance take over, but I don't know.
All right.
Facts.
Let's go down to home studio. Shades, what was your reaction to the Dak trade?
Well, I was kind of shocked just because I kind of thought that they would have got maybe found some way to get Trey Lance's stock up a little bit, maybe play him in the preseason a little bit more so that you can get a higher draft pick, or just try to find some way to get his stock up, before they traded him like that. But it makes sense though, so I can't be too surprised. It does make perfect sense. It's just I would love to hear y'all thoughts about it. Maybe we could talk about it later, but like, what kind of drafting is that for them to give up so many picks and then to only get a 4th round pick back?
That's where I was going with it, because I'm just like,
go ahead, Ron.
I understand trading him, you know what I'm saying? But like, when you've given up so much to draft him and only recoup a 4th rounder, like, that's where it gets crazy. Because now you look back, like, think about all the talent we could have added had we not made this move.
Michael Parsons.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Parsons on the 49ers is crazy.
I said that last week.
We literally said that last. Nick literally said that last week.
Yeah, they could have Micah, PS2, any one of them dudes.
It could be crazy. So
Justin Fields.
So I would have probably
trade nobody.
I mean, the Cowboys make sense because, like, I honestly see them if Dak does not perform, I see him like maybe gonna be like, all right. Well, I mean, we got this. He's unproven, but this whole time he don't have the eyes on him. I kind of saw that firsthand with the Jets. Like, when you get one of those young quarterbacks that haven't had enough time to develop, it can look bad. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like if you give him time where the camera's not on him and he can just go to work and develop, he might be the quarterback of the future. I can see that.
All right. And to piggyback on what Ryan was saying, Nick. He brought up those picks.
Oh, I got them right here.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk your talk.
So,
by the way, our girl Bianca just stepped into the VIP.
Shout out to B.
What up, B? Go ahead, Nick.
So the next 10 picks after him were Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, PS2, Devontae Smith, Justin Fields, Michael Parsons, and Rashawn Slater. They gave up a lot to get somebody that's nowhere close to how good as those players are. Those are like all those quite possibly could be Pro Bowlers at one point in their career. Every single one of them. Yeah, for real. Hall of Fame careers on the way.
Our boy Josh, who's a Niners fan, said all Trey need is playing time. What y'all think about that?
No, Trey's not that good. He doesn't do anything good. You can't name one thing that he does good as a quarterback.
I mean, for Trey Lance to get beat out by Sam Darnold speaks volumes to me. Like that's insane.
Yeah. No comment there.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay,
know, bro. I don't know.
You never lose. I always say you never supposed to lose your job to the injury. Well, not the injury.
Oh, sorry.
Y'all relax. Y'all, it's cold.
He did lose his job to a backup.
Yeah,
it's facts.
2 times.
It's facts. It's just it's just who knew that Brock Purdy was going to come in and be the ideal fit for a Kyle Shanahan offense.
You know, been ideal fit. Justin Fields. Yeah.
Yes, he would.
Yes.
Justin Fields would be perfect for them.
Last year.
Oh, the 49ers.
They might have been in the Super Bowl.
Like that is insane, bro.
They might have been in the Super Bowl last year if Justin Fields was there last year. Year 2 with Shanahan.
Yeah.
If you got Shanahan, like that's all you need. If you're a quarterback, that's a quarterback best friend.
With
Kyle Shanahan.
And then they traded for Christian McCaffrey. Oh my gosh, bro, that would have been disgusting.
That was a game changer for them.
I had something to talk about Christian McCaffrey for later on too when we talk about running backs.
All right. So now we'll talk about the Cowboys since that's where Trey Lance is at now.
Do we have to talk about the Cowboys?
Well, because everyone is thinking that this a warning shot towards one ring Dakota Prescott.
No, it's not.
He has 2 more years left on his contract. He's getting 26 this year and 56 next year.
Hey, do Jerry Jones like him?
Of course.
He ain't going nowhere.
Well,
he also liked Romo too.
Like Mike McCarthy as well.
Well, Romo retired. That's how he had to leave. I'll leave it at that. Romo had to retire to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah, Romo had to retire to leave.
I disagree, though.
Yeah, he had to get injured. Whoa, hold on,
Shades, you disagree on that? Why?
I disagree that Jerry Jones likes Dak. He tolerates Dak because he said at the table, even when Dak signed his contract, that he felt that Dak fleeced him on the deal because he got paid so much upfront money. You know what I mean? Now looking at hindsight, he still kind of got a deal. He got a little deal on Dak and everything like that. But the whole team right now is talking about and pointing fingers at Dak. Like, I think the defense was on some game show or they was on some type of podcast, or whatever, and they made a comment like, "We're good, like we're straight." You see what I'm saying? So, and every time Dak throws an interception in training camp, they talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And then what did his own teammate just called him a female dog?
Yeah, he called him all out his name.
Yeah. So Michael Parsons can be more all mature about it, but what about everybody else on the team? You know what I'm saying? How do they feel when Dak throws interceptions? So I think this is honestly okay. So I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I
agree.
If Dak don't get it together by end of the season, Cooper Rush gonna be the quarterback.
Are you saying that?
He's gonna be gone.
I'm saying Dak's on notice. I'm talking about this season, bro. If Dak is,
I know where he's going too.
He's gonna get benched. If he keep throwing interceptions, he's getting benched, bro.
Wow.
Hey,
that
I know where he's going once he leaves.
Raiders.
No, he's not going to the Raiders.
They fighting in camp right now. Michael Parsons ain't playing. Michael Parsons like, I'm coming at all y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, that got to maybe halfway through the season. But if you ain't got it together, buddy, like the defense played better with Cooper Rush at quarterback last year.
Yeah, but look at the offense under Cooper Rush. I mean, they didn't throw the same type of plays at Cooper that Dak played.
But they was winning.
But that's the type of he's a game manager
type of football. Then you can use Dak even better for that. They don't want to do dink and dunk kind of football. They want Dak out there slinging the ball, and they didn't let Cooper Rush sling the ball like that.
Cooper Rush getting paid $40 million a year.
Not only that, they had a top 5 offense last year. Like they were top 5 in offense. They had a top 5 defense. So I mean, I get where what you're saying about the defense, saying like, we're good. They can't really say nothing about the offense. The offense is good too. The offense was lighting it up last year. They was lighting up the year before last. But the thing is like the past 2 years in the playoffs, right? Against the 49ers, you saw Dak had these little gaffes, like the clock management thing, and then the year after he had the interception. But all those interceptions, like last year, ain't really been on Dak either. Like that's why I think people got to start separating those.
I agree
is
with that.
Even like against Jacksonville,
100%.
Dak threw the ball right at the receiver.
That boy dropped it. That was Noah Brown. Yeah. So there was 4. There was 4 like that.
Yeah.
You have 4 like that.
So I mean, like the thing is like I don't know. I don't think that Dak is up out of there after this season because it's still a big dead cap hit. But I think he has 2 years. Yeah, I think he has the 2 years. He's going to want an extension after this season, and because he got 1 more year left after this season, so he's going to want an extension. And depending on where those talks are, how far apart they are, that's where you might see the cheaper value in Trey Lance because he essentially has 3 years left after or going into this season. And then he has the 2 because he has that 5th-year option as well. So, I mean, I could see it, but I think it's insurance, to be honest. Like, quarterbacks get hurt. Dak's been hurt the past 2 years. Cooper Rush, he could get hurt. And then you have Trey Lance back there who can come in and maybe win you some games or help win you some games, I should say.
I think I'm probably the lone star here. I agree with you, but I just feel like there's a lot on Dak, a lot said that's just not facts. I just feel like, when you look at, I hear all this talk about, well, look at Tony Romo and, Dak's record has been better than Tony Romo's record the entire time he was in that. So, I mean, I'm the wrong person, I guess, to bash on Dak. I don't see where they just kicking him out or putting him on the bench. I don't see that, and especially when you start talking about Jerry and Dak. Maybe Dak don't spend every day at Jerry's compound like Tony did. But when you go back and you look at it, even Jerry said, even though he did trash a little bit because he had to pay extra, he did turn around and say anything worthwhile that I had to pay more for. So he looked at Dak as working. Even though the rest of the team could talk trash like that, you don't hear none of that coming out the Jerry camp. So I think that whole comment calling him a female dog, that was out of place. And you don't do that to your player. But I think that was a player talking. I don't think that's how the whole team feels about Dak Prescott. I don't see that at all.
Boy, Noodle's a Cowboys fan. He says, as a Cowboys fan, we just want more out of Dak. What? Obviously, none of. Honestly,
what more? Look at their wins and losses since Dak's been there.
All right, so look, here's the thing about Dak.
That's where I'm going. Go ahead, Nick.
The thing about Dak is this. If you look at the Cowboys since he's been there, when the Cowboys are at their best, they're run first, and he pretty much do the game manager role. Even when he won Rookie of the Year, I didn't think he should have won Rookie of the Year. I think he should have went to Ezekiel Elliott.
That's a fact.
When Zeke was the main force of that offense, they were a completely different team. They weren't as beatable. They're still not beatable right now, but they were a little bit more versatile. There was something about that play action they had going on with Zeke and everything. Everything worked out well when the Cowboys were run first and then we passed the ball. They got what's your boy name? They OC that just left, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
When they got Kellen Moore up over there, that shifted. And don't get me wrong, it benefited Dak because now he's throwing the ball more, and you can utilize the receivers you have out there. But I think that what they want Dak to do as far as a quarterback or some of these throws that they want him to do, maybe he can't do them as consistent as they want him to, or maybe he can't do them at all. But I feel as if they're not building this passing game based off of his skill set, like the same way Frisco was with Alex Smith for years until they got Harbaugh up over there. They weren't utilizing his skill set the way they should have. They were trying to force him to be this type of guy.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, that's so coordinator, though. I mean, you can't throw that on Dak. I mean, that's just like saying that Drew Brees was a great quarterback when he was in San Diego. You got to look at the team that was around him in San Diego. He wasn't just some breakout superstar in New Orleans. He was great when he was in San Diego.
that last year and a half for sure.
A lot of it goes
My-
behind your offensive coordinator. We can't just Dak's not drawing up plays.
Well, I'm
But
not.
my thing is,
go ahead, see.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to
Okay,
talk over you there.
No,
But
you go ahead.
my thing is timing, bro. Jerry Jones don't got that much timing, bro. So that's what I'm saying. And like he's like, that's why I think it's on him. It's on him like that. And also, it's not just Dak does have a good, he's good throughout the regular season, and he's throwing 4,000 yards, close to 5,000 yards. But it's the timing of the turnovers. When are you turning the ball over? You're turning the ball over in not even the Jaguar game, but the turnovers happen at the end of the game or in a crucial part of the game that costs you the game. You do come and you win the next game, but then when you get in the playoffs against the 49ers, y'all can't score points. Where's all those points and where's all that stuff then? You know what I'm saying? And Dak, like to me, he did a James Harden. Dak didn't show up.
Well,
Dak did a James Harden against the 49ers. Now, come on. Dak could have played better than that. Bro, come on. You know Dak is better than that, bro.
Talk the talk, Shades.
Dak is
the most
better than
accurate
that.
comparison I've heard.
That was a very
he played against
listen.
the 49ers,
That is the most
bro.
accurate
He's better
comparison
than
he's
that.
ever
He didn't
made.
play up to.
Like
He didn't
that-
play up to himself.
Yeah, why you hate on your boy like that, man? He said it's the most accurate comparison he ever made. That's man. Hey,
I like
What up, Mark? Mark in the building.
Mark's in the building. What up, Mark? Go ahead, y'all.
That was accurate though. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just
I
saying,
always
he
give him
don't
slack,
play
though.
up. It's the timing of when he don't show up.
Right.
That's what's making everybody mad. Like you're
Yeah.
good, but do this when
James Harden was
bro.
probably
Do
the
this
best.
when it's on the line,
Yeah.
bro.
Are you saying that right now? While y'all saying that right now, we got the Chargers and 49ers on in the studio, and Brock Purdy just hit Brandon Ayuk on a pretty much an out route, and now he basically almost just took it to the house. That's because the Chargers
They've been talking about Ayuk. They've been talking about Ayuk. They said,
Hey, I look like that.
Oh yeah.
He's
He
good.
like that.
Debo said can't nobody guard him.
Who said? He said what?
Debo said can't nobody guard him in camp. Like
okay, camp.
Hey, Ayuk
Most of the dudes ain't gonna be there by next Saturday.
Hey, Ayuk is wide receiver 1 over there. Like
yes,
he's the best receiver on that team. Nah, Debo good, but as a wide receiver, Ayuk the best receiver on that team.
For sure.
Definitely pure. If you're talking about the pure as a pure wide receiver, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As a pure wide receiver, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We was at me and Mark was at our boy Ill Will's house during the night of the Bud Errol Spence fight, and we had an intersection was being talked about.
Like
his route running skills is. Yeah. If you talk to Niner fans, our boy Josh, he's in the conversation in the chat. He'll tell you his route running skills are very polished.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like that. He is.
So let's go on to another topic. Enough of that Cowboy talk. But a final question before we go from our girl Candace, and we go just rapid fire. Is Trey Lance the future of the Cowboys? I'll start with you, Nick Freeze.
I don't think he's the future, but you always got to have a backup plan and a plan B, C, D, E, F, G. You always got to make sure you prepare for anything because you never know what happens with injuries. And let's say, for example, Dak gets hurt, and now there's some film on Coop, so everybody's like, "Oh, yeah, you remember how he played during this? Let's go ahead and make sure he does this." And he doesn't look as good. So now all of a sudden you lose like about 2 games in a row, and it's like, all right. That gonna be out for like about 4 or 5 more weeks. Cooper is playing like trash. Hey Trey, it might be your chance, dog. Go ahead and go out to do your thing.
All right, Trail.
Future backup for now, but
for a career.
Yeah.
Yo.
But knowing Jerry Jones, he always says one thing and then he'll change his mind because remember he used to always say he loved Jason Garrett. He's there forever.
Coach Clapp.
Dog, what is wrong with you?
That's what they call him, though.
I never understood why you would call somebody Coach Clapp. That is the most insane name to call a grown man. But hey, it is what it is, dog. Because that is crazy. I'm calling him what his mama called him. His name is Jason Garrett.
Yeah,
I'm not calling him Coach Clapp. Coach Clapp is.
That sounds like something he need to be in the clinic for.
And why Bianca put all those claps in the chat like that though?
Because she heard Coach Clapp.
She like cut.
Didn't make it clap. All right, I'm gonna say no for right now. We'll see. Look, they got him for a 4th round pick, so it's a low risk, high reward. James, trade the future of the Cowboys.
No, Dak is the present and the future. Unless he gets into some serious injury, something like that's it's not going to change. Like,
Yeah.
That's
See,
not
Lou.
Yeah, nah, I don't think Trey is. I think it's too soon to say that. I mean, unless Dak has just a complete fall off from what he's been doing, I don't see that. And I mean, Trey, from what we've seen from Trey, yeah, he need reps, but he just hasn't. He's not there yet, so I can't even say he's the quarterback of the future.
Hey, what if he plays like Russ did last year?
Who? Dak?
Yeah.
It's not out the realm of possibility. Yo, what's wrong with you?
I had to. It's a perfect example.
Hey, I'm saving that conversation. I'm saving those thoughts for Tuesday and Friday. Hey, that was a
Unnecessary.
unnecessary.
Hey, but it was accurate though.
Yeah,
Broncos
that
fan,
happens,
fellas,
he's gone.
Oh, he's a rap if
I'm
that
sorry.
happens.
Yeah.
You're a Broncos fan? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too.
Damn. Trash.
Hey, I'm saving. I'm trying to save my thoughts for Tuesday because I got a lot to say, especially because it seems like every time I turn on ESPN Get Up, there's a topic of about is Denver on Doomsville Street. But we'll get to that Tuesday.
Doomsville Street,
dog. Am I lying, Trail? Hey, look. Let me tell you. He'll tell you. I'll tell you every morning at work. Look, let me
this
tell you
nigga
something.
be mad every day. I'm so
As a Raiders fan,
picking on
I didn't heard it get called a lot of stuff. But what did you say?
Doomsville.
Yeah, Doomsville Lane. Hey, streets. Oh, street. Oh,
You gotta be careful, man.
Yeah,
look,
that's
let me
true.
tell you something. Doomsville Street is the craziest thing I've heard in a long time about a team being bad, and my team's been bad for a long time. They never said that about us. Doomsville Street is crazy.
Ever since Russell started doing them sandwich and weird commercials, that's when it's been bad.
That Subway commercial.
That ride, Bronco ride, or whatever the hell he says.
Hey man,
That is crazy.
Hey, I want that berry last season.
No, it never should have been
compared to
brought
that Subway commercial.
No, the whole Broncos country let's ride stuff. Need that in the 2022 season.
John, you were saying that though.
No, I wasn't.
He better
All
not.
right.
No, I wasn't.
All right.
The hell, he better not been saying that. Hell, the hell I wasn't.
All right. All right.
Never
I know John for sure didn't say ride country
Hey,
ride.
man.
No, it said Broncos country let's ride means a whole nother conversation on Friday. But let's get to the sports. Shades and then Rye. Trade the future of the Cowboys, yay or nay?
Nah, he ain't gonna make it.
All right. He ain't gonna make it. I like this is
You're
gonna
gonna
be
be in the USFL.
You just make sure you'll be in the big three of football, man. That's it.
Hey, he didn't even go into the XFL. That's crazy.
What, you can't get to the XFL? He
That's what I'm saying.
The Rock didn't sign him?
Nah,
He going to what is it? The Birmingham Stallions. The Birmingham Stallions. That's the team.
Birmingham Stallions. Yeah, that's one of them USFL teams, man. That's
Going to
crazy.
Australia.
Do they got football in Australia?
Shout out to Meg.
they probably do. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, like I said before, John, what does he do that's good? What does Trey Lance do that he's good?
I don't know. He's only. I honestly, I don't know.
Run the RPO. You can run an RPO. Like,
He's not that fast at the RPO. He's not quick enough.
He runs a 4.92. He not running no RPO.
I don't know.
Exactly. And look,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's bad.
The plug that came out false. But nah, I don't think he's the future yet. It's gonna take some time. And another thing is he's only threw 420 career passes from high school to his time when he was at North Dakota State.
Yeah,
only
wild.
420 passes. Some quarterbacks do that in a year. He only did that since high school and college. Remember that. And if you go back to college, they didn't have a year where
North Dakota State because of COVID, and then they do the showcase game. He didn't really show off there. Be good, Kenzie. Good looking.
Man, like COVID, there's nothing he can do about that, bro.
We good. So I want to go to some other topics before we get back to the NFL talk.
all right, go ahead. I want to ask y'all something real quick. I was making it sound straight. We're in LA, so baseball. We got the Dodgers, we got the Angels. What did y'all make of the Shohei Ohtani injury? I'm gonna start with you, Simu.
Yeah, I mean, the because it was the big free agency, this upcoming this upcoming off season, the big free agency for Shohei.
Okay.
I don't think he gonna
See,
what's up.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't think Shohei gonna get what everybody thought he was gonna get, because they were saying it was upward of like what 700 million or something for Shohei.
Yeah, basically giving half for hitting and half for pitching.
Yeah, and so now the pitching thing is uncertain. It's his second one in 5 years. So I mean, so he's probably gonna have to have another Tommy John surgery, not be pitching for like a year or two or a year and a half. So I don't think he's gonna get what he wants. I don't think it's gonna be up where 700 million. I think it's somewhere around 400 to 500 million for him this offseason. So I think it was that big to where it's gonna affect his pockets going forward. Because that's the thing, right? He can pitch and he can hit. Yeah, and if you can't pitch,
that's what you're paying for. Yeah,
that's what you're paying for. If you can't do that, then that whole thing is gone.
You're not paying 700 million for a DH.
Yeah, you're not paying 700 million for a DH.
What about you, Shades? What you make of the Ohtani basically bad news? Because our brother right here, he's our resident Angels fan, so we'll let him have the last say on it. But go ahead. Damn. What y'all think of it?
I know y'all. I know.
I mean, I still think that. I mean, he's one of the most unique players that I've ever seen. I think we're witnessing greatness. So I think he's gonna get everything that he had coming to him, bro. I think whoever gonna give him, I think they're gonna give him the bag. It's gonna be if he hits free agency, you know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be a bidding war. Whoever gets him is gonna be. I mean, the type of player that he is, like you're gonna get you're getting a generational talent. So I think he's gonna get the bag back.
What about you, Shades? What you make of the Ohtani news?
I mean, I honestly feel like I don't think he's gonna get it. Like, I honestly just think that when you look at it, like we said earlier, you're paying him to do two things, and nobody's paying $700 million for a DH. And these contracts that they signing you to nowadays, they're lengthy in baseball. Like it's 10, 12 years. Like they want to lock you in. So, I mean, who's to say that? I mean, we've seen it in every sport where people get that bag and they don't produce like you expected them to produce once they get it. So, I mean, it's too big of a gamble for a franchise, in my opinion, to be shelling out over 700 mil. I think that he's still going to be around the 400 or 500 mil range.
What about James?
I don't know if his money is going to be affected because, I mean, he's as mentioned earlier, he's a generational player. I mean, I'm the oldest person on this show, and I don't think I've seen this in my lifetime. I mean, we got to go back to 100 years ago before we see somebody like this. We got to start pulling out candy bar names.
The Ohtani bar.
Yeah.
Pause.
So
Pause.
I don't know how that's going to be. We have surgeons today that are almost miracle workers. We have to see how he looks after this operation, and maybe since they took him off the trade market for the moment, he may stick around as an Angel another year. I mean, this may just change his whole contract structure. We'll just have to see how that goes. But I still think he's going to end up with the money, just because some team's going to look at him as a just in case he comes back like he was. I mean, we'd all be talking about you guys missed out because y'all could have had. So I think they're still gonna pay him appropriately.
Okay. Mm-hmm. As the one person, well, let me ask real quick before I go. James, I know you're a Braves fan. Lou, who's your baseball squad?
You see it? The Yankees, man.
Trail's a Yankees fan.
Yeah, you see it.
Show over, y'all. I'll see y'all next week.
See y'all next year. Yeah, see y'all next year.
Okay, next year because we kind of bad right now. I just wanted to say something real quick to what Leonard said. I mean, Garrett Cole got $300 million and he just pitches, but that's the thing with the UCL injury, right? Like, how is that going to affect Shohei's pitching? Going forward. The first one, cool. He came back out, he balled, but then the second one is like, all right, now. It's a little bit much, especially because you pitching, every 4 or 5 days, and you're hitting. So like, it's a little bit much for Shohei now. And I don't think what Stanton is making like $350 million, and he's a DH right now. Mm-hmm.
I
If
remember
Shohei just a DH, it's about 500 million.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, who's your baseball squad?
The Rays.
Braves? Oh, you're Braves too.
No, not
Watch
Braves.
Rays.
Tampa
Bay Rays.
Ray, oh, y'all the Rays. Okay. Oh, my bad. I'm a Dodgers.
Yeah, we just smoked them today.
Hey, I gotta ask, man.
We got a lot going on right now, bro. We got Wando whole thing, Franco's whole thing going on. Like our minds ain't in it right now.
Let me, hey, Rod. Let me just say this as a Dodgers fan. Tell Kevin Cash. I hope he got my Christmas card in the mail in 2020. Yo,
the dumbest move I ever seen in any sport.
That was in the earliest days when we had just barely started potting.
No, he just fumbled at the goal line.
Who's ever scared? Oh, Jordan Mason.
Yeah, he fucked up bad.
We were sitting there watching him. Blake Snell was pitching lights out, and I was worried.
Bro, listen, I never understood why. Like, bro, you let Blake Snell finish. Like, they had to trade him after that. Like, you don't do that. Like, bro. Yeah, that was our only chance. Like, when he took, I'm like, oh, it's over. It's over. Like, we lost.
Mm-hmm. Man, and now he's now with the whack Padres. Sorry, Lane Kinsey.
No, but Chado,
I'm not. That's Chado too. But as the one dude whose squad is definitely was going to go all in to try to sign Ohtani. I mean, if he got to have Tommy John, like Lou was saying, he's out till 2025 at earliest. He probably even with him having the surgery, him being a DH, he's probably out half of the season. He could come back maybe the middle of the year, and then obviously he'll have a full year of recovery. But man, you're not paying $700 million just to hit home runs. I mean, look what we got. We just signed JD Martinez pretty much for like pennies on the dollar, and he was an all-star this year. So anybody who's going to sign Ohtani, whether it's us, whether it's y'all, the Braves, the Yankees, the Mets, everybody's going to want to see that medical first. But then I heard Buster Olney saying yesterday on Get Up, this could be the Angels get out of jail free card to bring him back, and which leads me to you, Mr. Nick Freeze.
Didn't I say that earlier? I told you. Look, I told this to John before the show started. I said this is the best thing that can happen for the Angels if they actually plan on trying to re-sign them, because what everybody just said, everybody has put in the fact, this is the second surgery in like about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Something like that, and it's on the same arm too, ain't it?
Yeah, it's thrown on.
See, that's gonna have everybody like, hold on now. Like you said, $700 million is kind of steep if you ain't up over there, if you can't do both. But here's the thing: only way you're gonna be paying somebody like that much money if he can't pitch, he better be knocking out home runs like Barry Bonds, and he ain't gonna do that. And even then, I still think that's too much. The best thing for the Angels right now is they got to be talking to their people, to Ohtani's people, as much as possible. Keep in contact, because this might be the time to strike at the iron is hot. Because, in my opinion, I think we should have traded him.
Right.
Because who knows, we would have got something that could have set us up for a very long time. But you also don't want to be the idiot to trade away a generational player at the same time. But if he doesn't want to be there, which it was seeming for a while, then it was like, all right, cool. But from what I've heard, he was the one that told them to hold back on the trade talk. So, that's always a little, what the fuck kick was that?
That kicker just shanked the extra point, man.
What the fuck? I could have made that. That was crazy. But that kicker, that was trash.
Go ahead, Nick.
I really think the Dodgers gonna make a crazy run at him. I already know they are. But the Angels really need to sit down and really reflect upon this situation. And if you want to go all the way in and pay him this money, he's already on your team. I'm gonna be honest with you, we're already overpaying somebody that gets hurt already all the time. So why not have two of them?
And Trell brought this up yesterday, and then we'll go to the next
topic. Trading Mike Trout?
How y'all fumbled I'm gonna ask you, because we talked about this. You was extremely disappointed when Artie Moreno said, you know what, I changed my mind, I'm not gonna sell the team. And you think about the last 10 years. You had Mike Trout, you had Shohei Ohtani, but mixed in, like Nick will tell you, all these bad deals, whether it was trading for Vernon Wells, signing Pujols.
Oh, the Pujols deal was terrible.
DJ Wilson, Josh Hamilton, Anthony Rendon now. All the great players, they got two of the greatest players we'll ever see, but they sprinkled it in with poor ownership. because of Artie Moreno.
Yeah, he. Unfortunately, I root for teams that have horrible ownership for some apparent reason, but
it's okay, man. Happens to the best of us.
No, John. Nobody roots for 3 teams that have horrible ownership except for me. I don't know what I stress myself out for.
And for the record, fellas, Knicks, you heard he's an Angels fan.
I'm a Raiders fan. I'm a Clippers fan. That's all I have to say.
God damn.
Exactly.
All bad owners.
I don't know why I stress myself out the way I do with this, but those are the teams I chose to root for.
Actually, Clippers got good ownership nowadays.
Well, finally, it took
Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, they do.
Steve
Ballmer's cool.
Chargers fan.
Yeah, we might need to talk
Chargers,
about your anxiety level, my brother. We might need to have
Man, look.
therapy for you.
My anxiety level. I drink so much on Sundays because of the Raiders. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And
Hey, Jimmy Garoppolo going to stress you out then.
You should see him in the chat.
Yeah.
Y'all should have seen his reaction the moment they signed Jimmy G.
Dog, I'm not a fan of Jimmy G at all, dog. Like
Hey,
I was telling
49ers
them,
be passing their quarterbacks around. It's crazy.
And
Hey,
you
that's
was
a wild quote.
saying,
Hey,
and you
that's
was
a wild
saying no
quote.
all last offseason, hoping they don't get him.
Yeah,
I was-
You saying we was going to get him.
yeah, I thought y'all was. Y'all end up getting Carr. Hey, Troy, I have a question. So y'all beat the Raiders.
He's the new age.
24-0.
He's the new age. What's his name? Sam Bradford.
Who's the news age Sam Bradford? Jimmy G?
Wow.
Yo, that's
absolutely.
crazy.
Hey,
Oh, he's going to get a whole lot of money in Vegas.
but look, Trail.
Porn star Jimmy in Sin City, man.
Trail. Your Saints saw.
Bro, hey, what? I didn't even
Carr
put that
up close.
together. What? He's in the perfect.
He ain't playing our defense.
Hey, yo, for real, bro.
He'll be playing. It just won't be football.
Nah, he gonna be at the OnlyFans spot.
Hey, didn't the chick say he can go up over there?
What up, Christy?
Never mind. Wrong show.
We talking about these quarterbacks.
Any day of the week.
Jimmy G is Jimmy G in Sin City. Our girl Christy here from Chicago, repping the Shy.
She's a Bears fan.
Bears fan. She was with us on our NFC North show. Let's go ahead to another topic on the NBA front, and then we'll get back to the football. All right. Two stories. Obviously, one sentimental to me. Let me first just get everybody's. Obviously, me and James are both Laker fans. I know Nick's a Clippers fan. Our man Trail's a Heat fan. Lou, who's your B-ball squad?
I'm a Heat fan as well, man.
Yes,
So wait,
sir.
you a Heat? Go ahead.
All right. Now we talking. Now we talking.
Hey, let's go.
Look, I'm from Duval. I'm from Jacksonville. Grew up on the north side of Jacksonville. I'm a Heat fan. I'm a Yankees fan, Miami Hurricanes fan, and a Colts fan.
Now we gotta get to why you became a Colts fan, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question about last season.
Right, bro. That hurts even more.
Shades and Right, y'all Heat fans too?
Well, I'm a Heat fan.
I ain't no damn Heat fan.
Listen, ask me who his team is. They're not as bad as they used to be. Go ahead.
No, I want to know now.
Shades, who's your squad?
I'm a Knicks fan.
Oh Lord. Hey, that's why he don't. That's why he don't like us. That's why he don't.
Where
like
Rails
us.
at, man? Our boy Rails from Therapy and Sports, man.
I see why you had that bass in your voice.
I see why he didn't.
I see why you had the bass in your voice.
Well, he wasn't feeling the Heat stuff. I understand.
Yeah, my whole
that
dad's side
hurts.
of the family in New York.
Ouch.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
not
them
gonna
out
lie,
of
though.
NYC
Y'all gotta write
last year.
Y'all
They
got it right with Brunson though. Brunson, he the real deal. I like Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta try to.
They came
I just
together
heard
last.
today that Giannis said he ain't signing his free agent or he ain't signing until he
That's
figure out.
Yeah,
that,
if everybody don't know their role next season, he out.
Trade Randall.
yeah, he said
Trade
I'm
Randall.
out, bro. That's like,
Trade Randall.
yeah, we need.
We
Oh,
Please,
yeah.
please,
They
get him
should
out
have
of
been
there.
did that. Like,
Please get him out of
Trade
there. I want
Randall?
Zach LaVine, bro.
yeah, he's
Hey,
cheap.
look.
I want Zach LaVine.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and this and John is a witness. Right after I think it was after they got eliminated, right?
Yeah.
I said that the Knicks should try and talk to Minnesota and do a trade to get Karl Anthony Towns over there. And literally
for
2 days later, bro. No, it was. I think
No, it was the same night.
It was like about 30 minutes later.
We was watching Lakers Warriors that same night.
Stephen A. Smith said it, bro, right there on TV. I said, "Wow, that's crazy." I just said it as something random.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, this story is everywhere.
AI to tap the studio, bro.
Yeah, I don't like that.
All right, so let's talk about Giannis. Our girl Christy want to know, where do we think Giannis will go? I personally, he's not going anywhere
Nowhere.
right now. But where does he end up? I think more than like he ends up if he doesn't stay in Milwaukee. He's
gonna stay in the East.
No, I think he goes west. I think he goes to Dallas. But
Wow.
him with Luka and Luka and Kyrie. I think Dallas, because you see
you mean tell me Giannis, Luka, and Kyrie?
That would
Yes.
be disgusting.
They win the ship. They win
I
the
don't know
ship. There's nothing you can do.
I don't know if that's a guaranteed win, but that team is nasty. I ain't from the front. That team is nasty.
Foreign-born players on one team.
That's exactly why I said it. That's like why I said it, James, because you look at how with Dirk to Luka, and now you go to Giannis, and you care, and you.
So you're looking at Europeans to say they franchise.
Well, Kyrie's he's
born
Australian.
in Australia. That brother's from Jersey, man.
Hey man, his birth certificate says he's out there in Australia.
Hey, Team USA said Kyrie, you cannot play with Team
The
Australia.
Spurs had a lot of those too.
Mm-hmm. Is Pop gonna be around?
They had Tony Parker, Ginobili.
Good point.
Yeah.
You're right.
Giannis with Wemby.
Now they got Wemby, yeah. You know,
Giannis and Wemby. The Twin Towers 2.0.
Hold up, dog.
dog. Twin Towers 2.0. Hold on, y'all.
Giannis and Wemby?
Hold on.
that'll be
Hold on, y'all.
nasty.
Hold
That'll
on,
be
y'all.
kinda nasty.
Giannis and Wemby.
That would be crazy. I don't know how.
But does he want to play for a small market?
He already played for
Well,
it.
he's playing with Milwaukee.
He played for one already.
That's true.
And look, you play for still a small market with history.
What about
That's something
Giannis?
different.
What about Giannis in Minnesota?
Yo, what?
Anthony Edwards is crazy.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Dude, if
I
they
mean, unless
move Giannis to the Western Conference,
It's gonna get nasty.
there's nothing left in the East.
If Giannis gets traded, he gets traded to the West. Milwaukee will not sleep at night if they let Giannis stay in the East. Like, let's just say he ended up in they're not trading him like Philadelphia or
Philly for who?
Exactly. They're not trading him to a team that they contend like y'all or Philly
Or Atlanta.
or Boston.
Atlanta.
So I'm not
Giannis and Trae Young, huh?
Hey, Atlanta, that's interesting.
I'm not saying he's
Nah,
going
we
here.
ain't getting
I'm not
Giannis.
saying he's going here, but when this news came out, there was a certain city that put out some news because they said history could repeat itself.
Which is what?
The
Right?
Lakers.
Which one, Shane?
What, the Lakers?
You mean the Lakers
Yeah, the
get
Lakers
another
put out
Milwaukee
something.
player?
So they get rid of Anthony Davis for Giannis. I'll do it.
No, they're gonna do it when LeBron retire.
That is true.
You get Giannis and
Twin Towers in LA.
Why get rid of
That is true.
Anthony?
You know who's gonna go all in for Giannis? Golden State.
Who that?
Move him to 4. Move him to 4, and then put Giannis at 5.
Wait. Hey,
Ain't
wait.
Worthy and Kareem.
Wait.
See now.
Wait.
I wasn't even trying to go there.
Time the fuck out. I'm gonna be a hater. Fuck that deal.
Giannis and Golden State.
I'm being a hater.
Now we talked
That's
about
crazy.
We talked about this on Tuesday. Golden State's the Warriors Wire, which covers Golden State, they put out a mock trade. Too. It was Embiid and PJ Tucker to Philly for Wiggins, CP3, Kuminga, and some picks.
Wait, so they were sending Embiid and who else?
PJ Tucker
to the Warriors, and who do Philly get?
Wiggins, Chris Paul, Kuminga, and probably a couple picks.
Dang. They might have to do that.
And see, I don't even think they get rid of
Embiid.
I think they get rid of Draymond to get
Clay not in there.
Nah, they said Clay stays.
Well, Clay saying they got rid of Jordan Poole.
Yep.
Yeah, they got.
That was gonna be Clay. That was gonna be Clay replacement.
So you still got Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Embiid.
Hey, that'd be crazy.
What did y'all brothers make of the whole Jordan Poole situation? Then we'll get to our next NBA topic.
I saw it coming in the championship during the championship round.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just Jordan. He wanted to be the guy so bad.
Yeah, he kind of Jordan Poole. I'm not saying that he's not talented. He did, but you can kind of see on the court that he had the talent. You know what I'm saying? But okay, my point is there was that one game where there was a last second shot. And Jordan Poole took that shot and he missed. And they had to ask Steph Curry after the game about that specific shot. And Steph Curry had to say that he has the green light in there, but Steph Curry know that he was supposed to have that ball. They wind up winning the championship.
He's only the best shooter in the world, Craig.
Yeah, exactly.
They wind up winning the championship and everything's good. But they
this is
said
two-time
once he
MVP.
got the bag, like that's what Draymond said. Like once he got the bag, you know what I'm saying? He changed. Like he started to talk and blah 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 blah. But I saw it on the court. I was like, I don't know. Like he kind of he had spurts where he would just play super confident, and then he'll play within the offense. When he played within the offense, he was straight. But then there was sometimes where he would just get,
But whether he's playing good or not,
he's
he's like really mouthy. He's one of those players that, like, if you look at why you whining? You know what I'm saying? So like, he's one of those. So it don't surprise me that like you did something like that to Draymond. I think it had to do with money. Like, I think he brought up the fact that he got paid and Dre didn't get paid yet. And Dre like, bro, it had to be something crazy.
They did talk about that. Like the NFL analyst said that.
Yeah, like it had to be some
conversation
that you don't have with a man. Like he said, you won't have those type of conversations, and you cross the line.
That's why Draymond hit him in the face because he crossed the line.
What'd you think about it, Lou?
I mean, it is what it is. But I think it was a crazy situation. So I think they had to separate the two because you already know they was going to keep their core together. And that money went to Poole's head. And then when you don't produce, because we saw him last year, like you get that bag and you just don't produce. You don't produce in the regular season. You don't produce in the playoffs. So like, we got to let you go. For one, you're a detriment to the team because of, the beef that was going on between him and Draymond. And then, they had to get him up out of there.
Mm-hmm. James, you're the elder statesman.
Kurt said they never recovered. I think Kurt said that, didn't he? Mm-hmm. At the end of the season, they never recovered from that situation.
They never recovered.
That's what they said. A lot of people said it. James, what did you make of the Draymond Jordan Poole situation?
You had to excuse me for a second. I was still in dreamland with what Shade said earlier about history repeating itself and the Lakers getting Giannis. I'm not gonna take myself there.
Hey, look, unless y'all about to draft Magic Johnson, none of that shit gonna matter.
I'm taking myself there
way back there because the last time we went to Milwaukee shopping, we ended up Kareem. But it had to happen. I mean, that whole Jordan Poole thing. It blew out of hand in camp. I mean, like everybody's been saying, it just got ugly between he and Draymond. They're going to keep that core together. They're not, this young dude coming in there talking trash. It had to work itself out that way. I'm not going to say he's not talented. I think he'll do well. Where he is, he has no choice. He's going to be I guess the star there. But with the Warriors, that just wasn't working out.
The Draymond knocked the skills out that boy.
That's wild. I feel differently about the situation.
Draymond got a future in the MMA.
I feel like
knocked the skills out.
That's crazy.
That's wild quotes, bro.
I think that Jordan Poole played the way he did on purpose.
Oh, you mean sabotage? Get himself out of there?
I think he wanted to leave.
Probably did. I won't put it past
because look, the thing is. The Warriors weren't going to get rid of Draymond Green.
Hell no.
He wasn't going nowhere.
Never.
They know if they let him leave, pretty much their point guard and their defensive anchor is gone. All in one whop. So, plus the chemistry he got with their main players, you can't break that up. Those dudes have to retire together.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was only the odd man out. I think that he felt as if he was a better player. His star was brighter than what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But he's, like we've all said, he's still a very talented player.
Right.
I think that he didn't feed all the way into the system after that situation happened because, when guys are trying to get contracts, we know they play crazy. Mm-hmm. And like you said, last year, the year before, during the contract year, there were times where he wasn't fitting right with the offense. He was out there doing his own thing. You could tell he was playing for a contract, but it worked for them as far as W's in certain situations. Not all of them, but in certain situations, because he had some crazy games, a couple of 30-point games that was insane, where like he was the best player on the court at certain times when Steph Curry wasn't over there. But yeah, I think that he sabotaged the team, and that's the reason why they let him leave. I don't understand the Chris Paul being brought over there aspect. I still don't understand it, but I guess we're gonna figure it out when the season starts. But yeah, I think he's gonna actually play very well in Washington. I think he can play him and I think him and Kuzma gonna score a lot of points. The teams don't get that many W's, but they're gonna score a lot of points. they're gonna look good losing.
They'll be in the lottery.
Yeah, but you know something. But if you have a team that you want to build upon, you got these two guys that can for sure give you about between a dub to 23 possibly any night. You can build upon that. You know, even with the guys you draft, you get you a good draft pick or whatever to build upon that and work with that. They got something they can build upon. Even if they want to trade them eventually, those are they got pieces that they can build something with.
Well,
Poole
gonna get a chance to show that he better than BJ.
Yeah, he is better than BJ Armstrong.
Okay, can I explain the BJ Armstrong story? Wish Mark was here. So our boy Ill Will, he thinks he grew up a Bulls fan, but he was saying that BJ Armstrong can average what? What'd he say?
He said BJ Armstrong could be a all-star in 2023. And I said, dog.
And he was Jordan's backup, right?
No. He was the starting shooting guard.
He was starting point guard.
Starting point guard, my fault. Dog, let me tell you something. He went to one All-Star game.
That is funny.
No. He was selected. He was selected as a starter. Look, dog. This is the crazy thing. Look who he started over. He started over Mark Price. You know why he started over Mark Price?
Because Phil Jackson was the coach.
Phil Jackson was the coach, and he said, "I need my guy to start, and not Mark Price."
The All-Star game was trash when John
Mark Price
John Starks was an All-Star that year, dog.
Nah, dog. BJ Armstrong being a starter in any All-Star game is the craziest thing I've ever heard. That is crazy.
It is.
Mark Price was that dude.
It's a laughable situation. And I'm like, dog, you mean to tell me that because the thing was, we brought up Jeff Teague, and he said that he's better than Jeff Teague. I said he's not better than Jeff Teague, dog. And Jeff Teague actually earned his All-Star that he went to. He the real way, not being brought in, grandfathered in by his coach. You feel me? And but we did say that BJ's game, in today's game, it will work pretty well because his style of play. But we're like, he's not an all-star point guard. Not in this NBA. No, bro. There's too many good point guards for him to even be a third tier point guard.
No way.
Like, come on, dog. No, he's not better than D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell not making it to the back to the All-Star game no time soon.
Yeah, don't remind me.
And I'm not saying that just because he's on the Lakers, dog. But
I know. He made the All-Star team.
That's what I'm saying. I thought he made two.
They made one.
They made one.
That was it. But since we're talking about Lakers, we got some big news out here. Obviously, y'all wow.
My fault.
8/23, 8/24. We had Kobe's birthday on Wednesday. Yesterday was Mamba Day. And then big announcement at 8:24 a.m. from the Lakers Twitter via Vanessa Bryant.
Oh, it was announced at 8:24?
Yes. That the statue will be unveiled on February 8th, 2024, 2/8/24. These number of both of Kobe's numbers. The night they face the NBA champion Denver Nuggets at Staples Center. Yes, we say Staples out here. We don't say crypto.
I have a question. Why did they choose to do against the Nuggets?
That's the first game back from the Grammy trip.
Are you kidding me?
And they just and it go figure that it happened the fall on 2/8/24.
I don't know, dog. Yeah, this will happen to work that way. The NBA is funny. I for sure had it against a team I know for sure I could beat.
Well, it was like when Shaq got his statue, it was against the Timberwolves. I remember that night.
Wait, that was the night Carly Towns went crazy?
No, this was like 20 when Shaq got his statue in 2016. No, 2017.
I went there when they had that. I got the pictures right up over here. That's funny.
What do y'all obviously first of all
best statue ever?
What is y'all reaction to Kobe statue? And then there's another question because there's still some unsureness about what the statue might be. So I will start with you, James, as our resident Lakers fan. What did you make of the announcement of the Kobe statue?
Well, I'm excited, and I like the way she announced it. Everything that was beautiful. But yeah. I mean, it's going to be wild. I know it's going to be something special. The Lakers going to do something beautiful with that. We don't have to worry at all. It's going to be special. It's going to be a dedication to a great player, great man, great father.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yo, Noodle, you got to relax.
Sit back and watch and smile.
Noodle, you got to relax with that comment.
What do you say?
He said, "Shout out to the GOAT Kobe Bryant getting the statue at the Crip Arena." Relax.
Speaking of that, when you supposed to bring that necklace?
Gotta do our dance.
Oh, it's in the trunk. I missed it. No, that ain't a necklace. No, we had a Hawaiian style.
Careful with your next statement.
We had a Hawaiian style potluck at work today, and I had on a blue lei. I got laid at work.
I like that.
Hey, you the one who mentioned it. I had totally forgot about it. I was supposed to wear it on the show. I left it in the trunk in my car.
John, we don't care about who you laying at work, dog. It's all good, man. You got to show off.
All right, but back to the topic. Yeah, brother, it's not often you get laid at work. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Okay, back to the show. All right,
HR.
See,
Hey, yeah, I'm reporting to HR, dog. I'm sorry, y'all.
What your reaction to the news on the Kobe statue?
Nah, I think it's dope. It's what they should do. Give Kobe a statue.
Bianca, shut up.
But I might have to surprise my girl and take her out to LA for that revealing because she a Lakers fan, so and she a big Kobe fan, so I might have to do that. But it's dope that they did that. They're doing that.
All right, Shades, what was your thoughts on the Kobe statue news?
I don't know. I just kind of I was like, that's dope. That's amazing. I'm glad that they're doing that. I'm glad that they, I don't know. I'm just glad that people are continuing to appreciate him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can feel that.
You know what I'm saying? He was a king and he was taken early. It's kind of like the same thing with Nip too. People continuing to, keep their energy alive and keep them going. You know what I'm saying? They was taken from us early. They still had a whole bunch of things to do. So I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for it too, that Jeannie Buss and Vanessa, they're continuing to keep that going. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing to me.
Right.
For sure. I think it's great. I think it's great that they're doing that. I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like when you think about Kobe, it's kind of like he was the last one that you seen, because basically even LeBron and them boys said it was like, bro, I thought I was good with getting up at 9 o'clock to go practice. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm getting up cold, iced up. He got ice packs on everything and he eating breakfast. And he's like, yo, I'm going back out there in an hour. He was the last one that really worked like that. You know what I'm saying? At his craft. And to the extent that he did. And it kind of it motivated a whole nother genre and a whole nother wave of players. So, it's only the right thing to do. I'm really glad they're doing it at this time. And they couldn't have announced it a better way.
I'm gonna ask y'all. So, what do y'all think is should be the image of Kobe's statue? I'll start with you, James.
I know what it should be.
What would you?
Man, that's special. I think it should just yeah. I don't know. I got to think on that one. You might have to come back to me on that. I'm thinking him. Just the beautiful shot,
yeah,
and that ball, in the way he held it. It was special to me. When you see the steals of the way that he would hold that ball, I think that would be for me. That would be perfect.
Well, Lou, you agree with that? The fade. I see the comments. Our boy DJ Tron said the fadeaway. Noodle said the jumper. Bianca agrees with the jumper.
Yeah,
I'm about to say the fadeaway.
Yeah, the fadeaway could be one. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's a tribute to him and Gigi, to be honest.
That's exactly where I wanted to go.
Yeah, I got it.
That would be good.
Him in his jersey holding her on the court or something like that. If they got a picture from one of the finals, then winning the finals, something him holding Gigi, I think that would be something that they would probably do.
Trail, you seem a little torn about this topic. What's up?
It may be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like if Kobe gets a statue, it should be just him, because all the hard work and the legacy he put in there.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do something for his daughter, name a suite after her, or do scholarships after her, or something, but to actually have a statue of her, like I'm not against her or anything like that, but I'm saying that that's for him, and it feels weird and a little uncomfortable to have a statue of her with them. They should probably have her separate, like somewhere like inside the arena, or maybe
that's what I think they should do. I think he should have his own outside, and then like when you walk in or something, that's when you have the one of him holding her when they won the championship and everything.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I could see that too.
Yeah,
but outside it needs to be Kobe and Kobe on.
Yeah, I think that. But I'm not mad. Look, I'm with Trey on that one, but I respect both sides of the argument.
I'm not gonna trash it if that's what they're gonna do. But my personal opinion, he don't need to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
As a girl dad myself,
I feel like it can go a couple different ways. Like the image for sure. I feel like it could be the Kobe like with the reverse, you know what I'm saying? Going to the rim, looking up, like that'll be Cole, or the Kobe when he was standing on the actual podium holding the jersey. Like, I feel like either one of them.
That would be fine.
He was like this when they
or
that's when he put the jersey to the side. He's like, I got heart.
That's Cole.
That's the one.
Like
that would be the one I would choose.
That's Cole. Yeah, that's Cole, bro. Like.
That was
because they got one of Shaq. They got one of Shaq dunking, right? Like that's the statue.
That is the craziest statue I've ever seen.
Yeah, that statue is
crazy. Shaq and Kareem statue were the two easiest ones to make.
Oh yeah,
Shaq dunking and Kareem doing the sky hook. That was too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me,
they will.
They will.
Because
the same people who did Magics, who did Kareem's, Jerry West, Elgin's, Shaq's is gonna be the same person.
Yeah, Hoyle's over there too, right?
Yeah, I stood on it.
Hey, Vanessa's gonna
yo, relax.
What happened?
Yo, we can hear you. You know that, right?
My fault, y'all. Y'all wasn't hear that.
Yeah, we heard you. Get out.
My fault.
Yeah, they heard you too. You know that, right? What? Why you disrespecting like man like that?
I'm not disrespecting the nigga like wearing dress. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's 2023.
Well, I mean, no.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's 2023. I'm not gonna do it, but
I ain't gonna stop nobody else from doing it. But
I'm not responding to that.
Hey, so if that's that man want to do, go right ahead.
By the way, I heard his documentary on HBO.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's why he did it, because he was off the coke.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, that's it. Yeah, okay.
All right, that's his words. That's his words, not mine. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Was he on coke when he lost to what you call it?
What with the Trinity?
On the Floyd?
Oh no, no, you started. Let's get to the football now.
Football time, baby. Let's go.
We're gonna first start with college. We got week 0 starting tomorrow.
0 period.
All right, we already know CeeLo is a fan of the U. Our boy James is a fan of Georgia and Ohio State. Nick Freeze, he's a fan of USC. I'm a fan of Tennessee. Boy Trail's a fan of LSU. Shays and Rye, who's your college football squads? Shout out to the Bears in the building. Oh, yeah, outside here.
Man, I like these fellas.
Hey man, you had to know it had to be between them and Florida State.
I mean, but I could take Florida State.
Well, no, if I wasn't a Gator, I'd be a Hurricane.
Yeah, I hate Florida State.
I hate Florida State.
I hate Florida State too.
Yeah, I don't like Florida State, and I don't like the Bulldogs. I can't stand Bulldogs.
All my family Florida State fans.
Oh man, y'all gay. Y'all
you cool, bro. You cool, bro.
You cool, but hey,
you cool, bro.
Like Fred.
No, you cool, bro. I'm just saying. Like I've been to the Florida Georgia games and stuff like that, bro.
It'd be a lot of smoke.
Bro, it'd
be crazy. I heard
them games be lit.
Bro.
Yeah,
they do.
That's a dangerous game.
Oh, the tailgate. It's
don't
the
let Florida
the,
win.
The biggest
Don't
tailgate.
let Georgia win, bro. Either one that wins, bro.
Yeah, cocktail party. Yeah.
Either somebody barking in your ear or somebody chomping in your face.
Like people had their RVs out there, grills, like golf carts is going up and down the streets.
That's
yeah.
That's
let me run to the stove.
Oh man.
Hey, speaking of cocktails, didn't y'all lose to South Carolina?
Yeah, why you keep bringing that up, man?
Hey, the hooker couldn't take the cock.
See y'all mad, disrespectful right
The
now.
Cox knocked out the hooker.
I can't say
Y'all, this ain't even funny right now, man. This ain't even funny
Yeah,
right now.
we
Y'all
lost
keep mentioning that.
We
That
lost
cost us the college football playoff.
The college you
Yo, relax.
See,
Y'all should let the Cox alone.
Oh yeah, right.
was nice last year. Tennessee was nice last year with Hyatt and Herndon.
Yes.
Y'all let
And freaking Spencer Rattler.
Desmond Ridder little brother go off on y'all. It's crazy.
Wait.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, no.
Hey.
See,
Time
no, man.
Did you call him Desmond Ridder little brother?
He do right
Yeah,
Desmond
that
Ritter,
is
though.
Funny as hell.
That
He
is
do like
top
Desmond
10.
Ritter, though.
Hey, Spencer Rattler's garbage, dog. I'm
He's
sorry.
trash,
Our boy Ben
man.
Fair hates Our boy Ben Fair hates Spencer Rattler. dog.
Toby, that is crazy.
Yeah, he was looking like he was looking like Albino Mahomes against us.
He looked crazy.
Albino Mahomes.
Albino Mahomes.
He did.
That's
Put up
shit.
61. Put up 61 on us, Dan, and then Henry Hooker.
Good thing scored up the touchdown.
Yo, relax, Nick. Yo, you gotta relax.
I should have told them to relax. They was tripping that day. They
69.
did y'all foul. You think? That was crazy.
That's
You
a
think
lot
he done
of
got felt?
live right there. That was a tough game. But that was just one bad game for us.
It was one bad game that cost us the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
man.
that was bad. It cost them everything. They was done. The season
Now,
was done.
I felt bad for Clemson when we played them in the Orange Bowl because I know it was about to happen. Because we was mad. We should have been in the playoff. It shouldn't have been no disrespect to TCU, man. By the way, man, Georgia scored another touchdown, by the way. But
Hey, hold on, dog. The homie little brother played for TCU. That's messed up.
But still, man, dog, that game was out here. We saw a bunch of TCU people leading up to that game.
They left early too.
Dog, you would not have told me that game would have been that one-sided.
That game was over in midway through the first quarter.
Hey, so since
I saw that one coming.
well, we thought Georgia was gonna win, but not like that.
I didn't know they're gonna drop down there 70 on them. That's crazy.
So I'm
Yeah, that was wild.
gonna ask this to you guys. Since Shades and Rye, since y'all Gator fans, have y'all watched the Florida documentary yet?
Yeah, I saw it.
Are you kidding?
I was trying to tell them to watch it.
I ain't watch it yet.
I heard it was trash.
I'm in protest of it.
Let me say something. When we did this episode about our favorite 30 for 30s and what one 30 for 30 we would want to make personally, this man right here, he said those Urban Meyer Florida Gator teams.
That was
literally 3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago, dog. And all of a sudden, like a year later, somebody had brought up. It was like, what if they make a 40 30 for 30 about it? I'm like, see, somebody just stole my idea.
Someone heard, and then we saw it circulate.
Yeah, they got the house bugged for real.
His house is bugged.
For sure.
You gotta be careful what you speak in the universe, brother. You gotta
you ain't
be
lying.
careful.
But I heard there's
lying.
only they only say Aaron Hernandez's name like one time throughout the whole documentary.
They don't want to talk about him, even though he was
They said
the second best player on offense over there.
Oh,
This is pretty much.
I don't want to talk about him.
They said this is pretty much an Urban Meyer.
They
Tim
talked
Tebow.
about everybody else. Like,
Go ahead.
it is like when you watch it, like they rarely talked about Chris Rainey. They talked about Percy a little bit, but like I'm like Percy Harvin was everything. Like, what are you talking about? Like, y'all should have had Percy on the show.
Player.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
whoa, Percy Harvin's not a part of
it. Like the players that they had. Nah, he's not even.
Was Chris Leak? Was Chris Leak there?
Who they talking to?
Was Chris
No,
Leak there?
they had like Brandon Side. They had Chris Leak wasn't there. They had Brandon Side.
Brandon Spikes.
They had like Brandon Spikes. They had him too. Tebow, Chris Rainey.
Kidding me?
That's pretty much it. At Urban Meyer.
Were the
And, like,
Pouncey's
really,
were the Pouncey's there? They for sure had the Pouncey's there. Hell no, no way.
Nah.
Nah. If they didn't look, if they gonna talk
Like,
about
that-
Hernandez,
it
they
was
gonna talk
trash.
about the dudes that's here.
It was trash as far as the players, like for sure. Because I'm just like, bro, like really, it was kind of like when I watched it, it felt like watching, like it was like Urban Meyer trying to explain why he left, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like that's really all it was. He was like, "Oh, the pressure."
Yo, I heard, did you,
Nah.
Yeah, we heard that, man. No, Rodney Hooper
caught
wasn't there.
that.
Yeah.
He got
Hey, Ronnie Cooper got to fade right now if I ever see him.
Rodney
Yeah,
Cooper,
for
dog.
real.
We got to fade right immediately.
It was
So I'm gonna
wild,
ask y'all,
though,
how do y'all feel about y'all college squads going into this season? So, Lou, how you feel about the U going into this season?
They got to show me something this season. I mean, we got what Crystal Ball over there, so like he was finally able to get his recruits in there. So like he got to show me something this year. He's a U alum, so he got to come out with something. He was able to recruit Florida, something Manny Diaz wasn't able to do. So that's a good thing. But yeah, they just got to show me something, man. We ain't did nothing since the early 2000s. We gotta make some noise.
Yeah, y'all had squads back then.
Hey, y'all set the standard,
But
and
when
everybody just took it away from y'all.
What? Listen,
Y'all had pro teams on in them. Y'all, by the way, both of the U 30 for 30s was sick, man. But that 2000 era,
yeah, 2000 era was crazy.
Yeah,
2000 era was crazy.
NCAA history.
Yeah.
They had back after back. It didn't matter who they put in. You got Clinton Portis,
Whatever team
Willis
Taylor
McGahee
that y'all had that
like,
year,
Frank-
that's the best team ever.
Frank Gore was third
Willis
string,
McGahee
dog.
was gross before the injury.
man.
Really?
And then
Reggie
you had
Wayne, Andre Johnson.
Yeah, like
Jeremy Shockey.
you had some dogs.
Greg
over there,
Olson,
Yep.
Sean Taylor, rest in
Quentin
peace.
Portis.
Ed
Yep.
Reed,
Oh yeah.
Jonathan Vilma was there. Like,
DJ Williams.
Yeah, Vilma.
Vince
Bro,
Wilfork.
Those teams were. Listen,
Bro, what
you couldn't do nothing with
Didn't they
them.
have DJ
Like,
Williams too?
Yeah,
Yep, DJ Williams was there.
him and Vilma.
They had one of the coldest
Bro,
runs
y'all
I've
had-
ever seen.
yeah, so they gotta bring that back,
Bro,
man.
what?
Like, like I said, they recruited
Yeah.
Florida well, so they gotta show me something this year. We gotta be better.
All
Manny
right,
Diaz was ass.
Are you Gainesville dudes? What do y'all
Hold
feel?
on, hold on. Before we continue, how do you guys feel about Anthony Richardson?
Dang.
Yeah, that's. Oh man, you gonna how y'all feel about Anthony? Say
Are
that
we
for the
saving
set.
that?
We gonna say that. 'Cause we finna get to the
Okay.
NFL.
Saving that.
Oh, we'll say that. We'll say that. We'll let them tell Lou about Anthony Richardson. But what do y'all think the Gators for going up to this season? Obviously, now that Anthony Richardson's gone,
They have an extra quarterback.
Hey,
Ooh, y'all let Josh hear that.
I love our run game. ETN.
The guy with Jimmy G talking.
I mean, all we doing is running the ball.
Travis
Like,
We better just run the ball, bro,
and play
You know what I'm
defense
saying?
because
That's
we
all I'm
don't have a
saying,
quarterback.
dog.
Who's our
We
quarterback?
always got a pretty straight defense, so I ain't really worried about that too much.
We got a guy that
We've had a
transferred from
tackling problem
Wisconsin.
lately.
I don't even know who he is. So yeah, like this is about to be bad.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know.
This
I don't
is
know.
about
how
to
this
be
is going.
bad.
I don't really feel too
Like,
confident, but
yeah, it's.
I'm just on for the ride, bro. I'm just on.
I
They
understand
finna get
that. As
Buddy
a
up outta
volunteer
there.
fan, I dealt as a volunteers fan who had to deal with you guys for the last like decade plus losing. I know the feeling. But I will see. Y'all got
You
Utah
know
that
how-
first game.
I go.
They got who?
They got Utah first game of the season on a
Fuck you.
Thursday.
Fuck Utah.
We gonna get smoked.
By the way, how y'all feel about my man the SC fan? Y'all got San Jose State tomorrow. Do y'all cover the 30 or
Scrimmage.
So you take the over or take the under?
Scrimmage. Is our defense still trash?
Yeah. Y'all defense.
Our defense is trash.
Y'all got Cliff Kingsbury on the
Nah,
staff
y'all
now. What the
defensive
fuck y'all doing on
coordinator is
defense?
trash.
Cliff Kingsbury back on the
Cliff Kingsbury.
man.
Don't get me started on this dude.
All right.
Clown.
So let me get you. We got James's college football playoff on Tuesday. See, Lou, let me get you. Who you think will be in the playoff when it's all said and done, bro?
Oh damn. Georgia, Bama,
Dang.
Ohio State will be there. I think Oklahoma surprises some people this year and be there. Actually, no. USC got to be there. USC got to be there. So hold on.
You said it right. You said it right. There you go. There you go. That sounds a little bit more
Because
logical.
I can't see Caleb Williams not making it this year. So
Right. Shades, who got in the Final Four?
I got Georgia. I got Michigan.
Ooh.
I got
Michigan.
Georgia, Michigan, Bama.
Are you kidding me?
LSU.
Fucking kidding me?
Right, what's up, money, man?
He's full of that too right now.
He got
Oh,
a
boy.
I always do stuff like this.
All right, who you got, man?
I always do stuff like this.
This is good. I'm loving this show already.
I got SC, Georgia, Bama.
Can't even say it with a straight face.
Ohio State. Bro, what were you talking about just now, dog?
Michigan.
Dog, hey, dog.
What's wrong with Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan is crazy.
Dude, you said LSU. Like,
Why was y'all laughing at Michigan though? Why can't say LSU?
Hey, Trail's an LSU fan. Hey, right. So you laughing? Oh, that's cool.
No, hey, I was gonna put them in there.
Well, how long is the show? He said, "What's wrong with Michigan?" I need an hour.
I need an hour.
What's wrong with Michigan?
If you ask Nick, Harbaugh.
It's like that's it's Harbaugh. That is the problem. All right, let's get to the NFL. Let's get to the main event while we're here. It's time to preview the AFC South. Again, we want to thank Trail and James for being a part of the NFC South preview on Tuesday. So I'm going to start with Sing Lu. You're in Washington. And you're from Duval, you're from Jacksonville. How did you become a Colts fan?
Yeah, so
Please, Lord Jesus.
Trash Ryan.
Nah, it definitely wasn't no Matt Ryan. But nah, so like, I mean, I grew up in Jacksonville, but I spent some time in Virginia and stuff. And when I started playing football and started watching football, it was just like two teams that like I gravitated to. And so I picked between those two. It was Atlanta and the Colts. And I'm glad I chose the Colts because Atlanta's some trash. So I'm glad I chose the Colts. But I mean, that's pretty much what happened. And I mean, you know, we had Peyton. Those were the good years. Had Andrew Luck. Those were some good years. So, you know, and now we here.
Nothing good about Matt Ryan, huh?
Hey, I got to ask you a question about that.
I mean,
Yeah, Philip Rivers too.
Philip was nice. Philip was good. What's up?
When you guys picked up Trash Ryan last year, how did you feel when you found out you were signing him?
So I was cool with it because when we picked him up last year, you know, going into that season, I'm thinking, all right, our offensive line should be stout. They was good the year before with Carson Wentz. They should be a lot better here. Besides like maybe right guard, because you know we had Matt Pryor, sorry ass. But but then I'm like, you know, Matt Ryan can get the ball out of his hand quick and all of that. And all of that was trash.
He got it out quick though, straight to the turf.
Yeah, he got it out quick. He got it out quick.
Or to the other team.
It wasn't good either.
I know you was happy he was gone too.
Yeah, hey, listen, man. By the end of the season, I'm like, all right, y'all need to cut him. Go ahead. We already know what's happening. We already know what's happening. Just go ahead and cut him. We ain't got to drag this out long. Just, you know, send them packing, send them up the river. But they, you know, they waited.
Were you? Sorry,
go ahead. Dog was over there announcing games.
When y'all got Jeff Saturday.
Go ahead.
What?
You good? What? I know where you're going. Go ahead.
Oh,
say about Jeff Saturday, dog.
You talking about when we beat the Raiders with Jeff Saturday? Yeah. That was nice.
Oh, dang, that's cold. I totally forgot about that. So wait. Yo, you mad? That's mad. Hey, bro.
That's where I was going. That's not where I was going.
Look, let me tell y'all something.
Niggas go to unplug the sound.
Look. No. The Saints saw Carr lose to a coach that was there that had a losing record in high school. Saw lose to Baker Mayfield, who was there for an hour and a half, then went to Chipotle, and then won the game, and then put up 0 points against the Saints and said, "Hey, we want this guy on our team."
Great, he wasn't playing our defense. He's not playing our defense no more.
He lost to the Rams with no Aaron Donald, with nobody. There was no Cooper.
He's got a point there.
They got a quarterback that got literally an hour before. He got off the plane, was like, all right, let me see some of this playbook. All right, let me run this all game. Trash. Fucking hate Derek Carr.
But did you think he was qualified?
Did I think he was qualified? Nah, hell no, he wasn't qualified for that.
I was laughing.
But my thing was, what people need to understand about me, I embrace, you know, I embrace those things. I like controversy. So like I like to start a fire. Like just on Twitter, I'll start a fire, put the tweet on mute, and let everybody argue with themselves. Like that's the type of shit I do. So
I like that.
I sure do that.
So like with Jeff Saturday, I'm like, all right, cool, we tanking. Let's go get my quarterback. We'll be all right.
Then the Raiders appeared, and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's beat them at least."
Oh yeah, I was happy we had to beat them because we had to get our get back from the 9-8 season
Graham,
with Carson Wentz. So we had to
forgot about
get our
that game,
get
Nick.
back.
That's my fault. I forgot about that game.
All right, Duval County, the reigning division champs. Because we'll need it. We'll save those other two teams for the end of the discussion because they're not really worth talking about right now.
In other words, John saying fuck them.
Pretty much.
Y'all get the division. Y'all win the division. Trevor Lawrence gets
game of the year.
Has that comeback against the Chargers. Of course, unfortunately, y'all lost to the Chiefs. Y'all get Doug Peterson. Y'all just forget about the fact Urban Meyer was there at all.
Who?
John.
Exactly.
Who root for the Jaguars?
He did. That guy.
Who?
Our guys, Shades and Robert from the Jaguars. They're in Duval.
You don't see his shirt?
Oh no! I'm a Jets fan.
This whole 2 hours you didn't.
I'm talking shit, dog.
I'm from my back. Shades is the Jags fan. Rise is a Jets fan.
Yeah, I know. I know it was. I'm like John. Who you talking about?
So I'll start. So Shades, how do y'all piggyback from what y'all did last year to try to when you got a whole nother division with a bunch of younger quarterbacks in it?
Well, that's one thing that's in our favor. We do got a couple of games in there that's kind of rough, but because of our division, I mean, our team still play us. You know how division games be, but we should be able to capitalize on top of that. But we got a couple of hard games, so I got us going 11-5, losing to the 49ers, losing to the Bengals, the Ravens, the Chiefs.
Took you short a game.
Or what? 11-6. 11-6. I'm sorry. Well, I think it's 11-6. Then I'm sorry.
You good?
But yeah, man, I think we're gonna have like a top 5 offense. I think our defense, top 15. We got like a bend, don't break defense. The fact that we got Calvin Ridley, bro, is like they've been talking about him in camp and everybody, like a lot of different.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even a Jags fan, but I've been watching him in camp, bro. There's no like change in speed when he goes in and out of his cuts. It's like it's the same speed. Like it looked crazy,
bro. So that's the main thing for me. Trevor got a number 1 receiver, and then that just opens it up for Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram, and then we haven't even seen the true Travis Etienne yet. So, and I like this rookie running back. We got Max Bigsby or Tank Bigsby.
Yeah,
sorry.
Tank's nice.
But yeah, man, I think that we can make some noise. Do we get back to playing in the second round? We gotta make sure we're playing. You don't have them turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna be able to come back like that all the time. That was crazy.
All right,
but
Nick's on the interject there. I'm gonna go back to C. Luke because we got to talk about his new quarterback. Go ahead, Nick.
Hold on, gentlemen. I think all y'all are here for a reason. There's an agenda today. John, did you want to piss me off today, dog?
No.
Why you got all these teams that beat my team last year, dog?
Dog, you forget I played those same teams also. Did you forget what happened to us when we played the Colts? Freaking the Thursday night in overtime when Russell Wilson basically tested Stephon Gilmore and we lost and KJ Hamler was wide open?
John.
Dog.
Who was the coach during that time?
Freaking don't get me started, dog.
No, who was their coach?
Who?
The coach.
Frank Wright?
Frank Wright was the coach.
We lost to Jeff Saturday.
Dog, we still lost.
Y'all lost to an actual coach.
Okay.
We lost to an announcer.
We lost to an ESPN.
We lost our first
analyst. We lost to a color analyst.
We lost to the Jets too.
Hey, y'all lost to a Hall of Famer, man. It's okay.
Lost to the co-host to get up.
Dog. All right. This is crazy.
All right, see, Lou.
I wonder what Greeny could do.
Man, don't get me started, man.
Probably a punter for Aaron Rodgers.
Man, talk to me when he's not holding Aaron Rodgers' jockstrap.
Oh no!
No, a whole lot more than his jockstrap.
See, look, now it's time for y'all new quarterback. Y'all go and take Anthony Richardson with the 4th pick. First off, what was your reaction to the pick, and what were you hoping they did in the draft before you knew they was going with Richardson?
So I kind of figured they was going with AR. But my reaction to it, I was happy as long I beat the Will Levis allegation. So I was happy with it because everybody telling me we was taking Will Levis, and I told them that that wasn't the route we was going. But I was just more excited that we didn't trade back out of the 4th pick because we know Chris
They don't got enough mayonnaise in Indiana.
I was about to say, is that to do with the mayo?
Yeah,
to do with the mayo.
That shit is nasty.
Oh, that is the nastiest shit I've ever
dog.
seen, dog. That is nasty.
Yeah,
well, that's why he went to Kentucky, so it explains it. Go ahead, keep going. So
that's crazy.
But
Yeah,
yeah, so I was happy we took AR. So that I was excited, man. I still am. So we'll see what happens though.
Are you comfortable with him start getting the ball week 1?
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing for me with AR is like he needs reps. That he started 13 games at Florida. He needs reps. He needs to be in there. He needs to be playing. It's only so much you can learn holding the clipboard. That's what I think Trey Lance's problem is too. I mean, I get some people can thrive doing that. Just hold a clipboard for 2 years and then get some game time, and then it goes. But like there's things you're gonna see on the field playing that you're not necessarily gonna see from the sideline. So him getting the start, I'm cool with it. I don't have expectations of us this year. My thing is just progress, just get better. Our defense is young, our quarterback is young, so all I want to see is y'all progress each and every week. Because I think my floor for wins is like 5 or 6 wins, and my ceiling is 9. So I don't really have much expectations of the Colts this season. If we win more, I'm gonna talk my shit, but that's just where we are right now.
All right, so let's talk.
But yeah, I'm happy about it.
All right, so let's address the elephant in the room. We all know your running back, Jonathan Taylor.
Shit.
Requested a trade. We all saw what your owner said. Now we know that he's been granted permission to seek a trade.
He said, "Sit down, boy." That's basically what he said.
And he has till Tuesday to make a deal. Obviously, they was talking about this. Like Tannenbaum was saying this the other day on Get Up, where you're Jonathan Taylor. Saying he got till Tuesday ain't helping. I mean, all the money's dried up now. There ain't nobody out there. I mean, let me ask you this. What do you make of the situation? He's in the final year of his rookie deal. He wants a bag.
What's up, Sonny?
Which he rightfully deserves. I mean, Sonny in the building. What do you make of the whole situation?
I mean, my thing is, I say this all the time. Timing is everything. I'm all for players getting their bag and getting their money, but time is everything. You're on your rookie deal. You're on the last year of your deal. You came into camp. You came in on the PUP list because your ankle still isn't healed. You had a surgery back in January, and that was supposed to be like a month recovery time. Yet you're still not able to practice because you're still doing rehab on your ankle because it's not 100%. So that's why I say like time is everything with it. Because if he came in healthy and he was practicing and stuff like that, I think they would have no problem extending him. But at the same time, too, I think before camp even started, because Michael Pittman is also on his rookie deal. He's on his last year of his contract. They pretty much told
same draft.
Same draft, and they pretty much told both of them like, we're not extending anybody on the offense until we can see them in the new system, until we see y'all with Shane Steichen, see how y'all producing the new offense.
So how do you feel about Shane Steichen as the new coach?
Oh, I'm excited for it, especially with Anthony Richardson, seeing what he was able to do with Justin Herbert and seeing what he was able to do with Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to be tremendous for AR's development. But I think like with this whole situation with Jonathan Taylor and everything, had he came in and played at least 3 or 4 games, I think they would have took care of him. And I know people are going to be like, well, what if he got hurt, blah, blah, blah. Irsay is known for taking care of players. Like he's known for that. He's known for overpaying players to keep them in Indy. And he's known for, like, if you look at Tyquan Lewis, he tore his patella tendon twice. They brought him back, on 1-year deals. Like they brought him back this year on a 1-year deal, like kind of like, all right, let's see if you're healthy. Marlon Mack, after he tore his Achilles, they brought him back on a 1-year deal. Let's see if you're good. Who else? Paris Campbell. They stuck with him through all his injuries. And so, I mean, like, they're known for doing that. So all he had to do was come back and play. And if he got hurt, they would have took care of him. But I think if he played and he played at a high level, because last year was a shit show. Like our offense was terrible. JT wasn't that good last year either. And that's partly due to our offensive line. But so if he would have came in and showed he was the JT from 21,
right?
Then I think they would have gave him some money. Just like I think with Michael Pittman, if he come in and he balled the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, I think they give him an extension.
Okay. So let's go to the other two teams in y'all division. I'll start with you, Luz. Keep going there. The Texans, obviously, they get D'Amico Ryans. They trade up. They draft C.J. Stroud too. Then they make the move to move back at number 3 and get Will Anderson. They just got Josh Jones from Arizona to help solidify that online with Laramie Tunsil. They got a guy from the 49ers as their OC. How do you feel about the Texans? I'll start with C-Lou and then we'll go over to Homie Studios.
They're gonna finish last in the division. Like it's just that
simple. Speak your man.
That's how I feel about them. I mean, it's the Texans, man. Like it is what it is. I understand they had a few good runs, but they little brother. We whoop their ass every year. It's just it is what it is. We own real estate in NRG Stadium, so CJ. I like CJ and I like Will Anderson, but like I think the defense would be good, but I still think they finish last in the division.
Shades.
I concur.
That's all I can say. All right. Let's start now. I'll start with you, Shades. What about the Titans? Obviously, look, I'm gonna give my man Nick Freeze credit again. Last year, we did our watch along. How everybody was hyping up Malik Willis. Because he had Hugh Freeze as a coach. That he was going to be a first-round pick. He was going to go to the Steelers and play for Mike Tomlin. Blah, 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 blah. This was the only man who kept telling people this dude is not going past the third round. I clearly, everyone on TV was so – because obviously you know how they do in the draft. They overhype quarterbacks. And clearly, because you saw last year, only Kenny Pickett went in round 1, and we didn't get to Desmond Ritter to round 3.
That wasn't a good year for quarterbacks.
It really wasn't. So now you look at the Titans now. Ryan Tannehill's in the contract year. They got Malik Willis. They draft Will Levis. Derrick Henry's in the contract year. Obviously, they signed DeAndre Hopkins. One of the greatest moments in sports for you history, bros, was the moment during the draft when they traded A.J. Brown. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I literally said they're going to draft a wide receiver. And then they go draft Treylon Burks from Arkansas just because they was too cheap to pay A.J. Brown. I rather would have paid A.J. Brown to see him partner up with Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts and the Eagles and all that. But and obviously Vrabel's a good coach. But let's be clear. Good question. Do y'all think, Shades, and I'll start with you. Do you think Mike Vrabel's a good coach?
Yeah, man. He overachieves.
What?
He be making it to the playoff. Yeah, they be consistent. Like if you look the past 5 years, they've been running the division. You know what I'm saying? And they find a way to get it to the playoffs with trash. Like my boy, he been telling me that Tannehill is trash. I was like, oh man, he could be all right.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? He one of them Trent Delfer type.
Trent Dilfer.
Oh man, I've heard that name.
Yeah,
he's like a Brad Johnson.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the definition of game manager.
But he got the same turnover problem. He turned the ball over at the wrong time. So I mean, Derrick Henry can't do everything by himself, but Vrabel be doing a lot with a little. So I think Vrabel's okay, but the Titans. Honestly, somehow I see the Colts being ahead of them this year. You know, I don't see their quarterback situation being very good. Somehow they find a way to be scrappy and find a way to be relevant. But I kind of feel like the Colts might pull ahead of them this year somehow.
I think the Titans are beneficiaries of the division not being as good the past couple of years. I'm gonna be honest with you. They have some talent on their team,
big facts.
but their defense. He's a defensive coach, and their defenses have been like average or maybe above average every couple of years, maybe. But their defense aren't really that good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is based off of what happens with Derrick Henry. We seen what happened when Derrick Henry was hurt. They just kept on trying to run the ball by committee, and it wasn't working. They won a couple of games, but the teams they beat weren't that good. But when it was time for them to play a real team, they lost. I think they window was a couple of years ago, and they went. Then they go to like they went to the AFC Championship, didn't they? Yeah, they lost to the Chiefs. Yeah, that was their window, and nobody picked them to beat the Chiefs anyway. So it was a wrap. That was their window right there. That was their only chance.
That's when Henry was going crazy.
Yeah, he was going crazy.
Yeah, that's when Henry.
What you
was
think
going
about?
crazy.
See, what you think about the Titans?
Yeah, I mean, I think Vrabel's a good coach. Like they said, he he make diamonds out of shit, man. Like I don't know how he does it. The players get injured every year, and then every year they somehow competitive.
Right.
But I don't have us finishing above them. I have them actually going, them being second in the division. But hey, like I said before, if we win games, I ain't gonna be upset. I mean, we're gonna lose the Marvin Harrison Jr. sweepstakes, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, he's great. That's obviously the greatest wide receiver in y'all history.
Wouldn't it be something to see Junior play for the Colts?
Yeah,
by the way,
it'll be great to see Junior play for the Colts. He grew up in Indy.
I saw Matt Miller's first mock draft.
No, it wouldn't. Y'all don't bring that over here.
I will laugh.
He said he did not want He said he did not want Marvin Harrison Jr. in the AFC South. But I saw Matt Miller's first mock draft. Obviously, they got Arizona going number one.
Hey, I need him to terrorize our division like his father did, but on my side.
Yeah. But I saw that the mock draft had Arizona having the top 2 picks because they say Arizona's going to be in with the worst record and get Caleb Williams. And then they got the number 2 pick. They got the pick from Houston last year, and then they're going to use that pick to get Marvin Harrison Jr. Wait. Dog, if they pull that off, that is crazy, dog. Somewhere. The fuck away. We talked about this on our guy Vince podcast the other day.
Back to the A's. He going to the A's.
Hey, so you're gonna be in Vegas.
Hey,
Cliff
baseball. Yeah, get that baseball money.
Hey, Cliff Kingsbury, over at USC might be able to go up over there.
Yo, you cold. Yo, that's wild.
Well, SEC do it all the time. USC can't do it. We can't have older players up over there.
Yeah, you right.
Georgia did it.
Yo, Mark ain't here to defend himself to talk about Stetson Bennett being 40 years old. Man,
dog, Stetson Bennett is an NFL veteran right now.
Dog, Stetson Bennett was in.
So is Hooker.
Hey, stop. Hey, can you stop? Hey,
what happened? Yeah, what Hendon Hooker like 25, 26?
Yeah, he was old too.
30 years old.
Hey, look, the SEC way of life.
Wait, what? Brandon Wheaton? Remember
Hey,
Brandon Wheaton?
y'all lost to Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So you went like Brandon Wheaton.
Brandon Wheaton was 28.
Huh?
28.
He beat the shit out the Hooker.
Yo, what's wrong with you?
The Hooker wasn't there.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all gonna quit dissing my quarterback's last name like that. Know what I'm saying?
It ain't my fault he was named Hooker.
His daddy named Hooker too. So what's
At
wrong with
least his first name wasn't TJ.
TJ Hooker is crazy.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? All right. And that's the 2 days for the AFC South. Thank you guys. All right, our final segment. It's time for a segment we call calling out names.
And I got the music, the official one.
All right, so here's the deal. We have in the last segment of the show, we always have a segment where we call out somebody in the sports world for something they said or did that no one's gonna call out, and we get a chance to call out. So if y'all got a person or persons y'all want to call out, we gonna let y'all get y'all off and say it on air. Nick Free's gonna drop a beat, a 9-9 gorilla beat, and we gonna just have at it. I'm gonna start first. And I'm gonna get more into it on Tuesday and Friday next week when we do our AFC and NFC West preview. But I gotta call out ESPN Get Up. It's one of my favorite shows. And Trell knows where it's going. Thank you, Candace. I'm tired every time. All the New York Jets love is just sickening.
It's the New York media. East Coast media. What you expect?
Well, Greeny. It's Greeny.
Oh, come on, man.
Sorry, Rye. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but that's not the main reason why I Get Up is on calling out names. I'm just like I told y'all earlier. It seems like every day I'm seeing something about the demise of the Denver Broncos, and then we haven't even played a regular game yet.
It's because Sean Payton's there.
Oh, Russell Wilson.
Nobody cares about y'all last year.
Russell Wilson played too many. Russell Wilson played too many snaps in the first game. Oh, he didn't play enough snaps in the last game. Was he going to play on tomorrow against the Rams? Whoop. Why are we caring so much about preseason? When Russell Wilson didn't play one snap last year of the preseason, but y'all had all 4 AFC West teams in the damn playoffs.
That's why. If you play this, it would be something different.
And all this talk that, and look, I got nothing against Jarrett Stidham. I hope I don't see Jarrett Stidham one snap during weeks 1 through 17 unless Russell Wilson is hurt.
Wait. He's y'all backup?
Yes.
He gonna start soon.
All right, go ahead. That's not good. And I want to ask you guys real quick, and this is my dumb.
He played well
calling
with
names. How do y'all feel about Sean Payton as a coach? I'll start. I'm gonna start with James. How do you feel about Sean Payton as a coach?
I have, contrary to what I would say to Trail in private, I have nothing but utmost respect for Sean Payton as a coach. Nothing but the talk though. There's been a lot of talk. That whole thing, trying to call out your coach last year, saying, "Oh, it was a worse coach than that." We had changed everything.
It was though, James. I lived in the damn hack. It was a nightmare.
And I agree. And you know what?
He said it was, James.
Seven of us can talk about that between us. But for one coach to call out another coach, you just don't see it. I thought that was a little out of hand.
Yeah, you don't do that.
But
Yo, B, relax. Yo, B, you gotta relax with that comment.
What do you say?
Being ready, you gotta relax the comment. The Podfather. Did he say to Trail? Yo, relax. B, relax. B, relax. All right.
That's funny.
All right.
But yeah, man, I mean, if Sean Payton, he has proven himself. He has that Lombardi trophy. I mean, what we go. I mean, that's like calling out Mike McCarthy. I like to do it.
Well, they're the same coach.
Don't go there. That's not where we're going.
They're the same guy.
See, look, we have a lot of people who say in our comment section and in our inner circle that Sean Payton and Mike McCarthy are pretty much the same dude. What do you say to that?
They're baby John Gruden's.
I would say I would agree with that and throw in John Gruden.
Go ahead,
John Gruden won with Tony Dungy's squad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree.
McCarthy won with Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot I would say about these guys, but I still think that Sean got a lot to prove. I've seen him work with some quarterbacks that everybody else had thrown away. Include Drew Brees. They threw him away.
They had to. They had Phillip Rivers.
Hold on, Trail. Let's see Lou say. Go ahead.
They threw Drew Brees away because of his shoulder injury.
Thank you. I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
But Drew Brees ain't going to save Sean Payton, and Sean Payton ain't going to save Russell Wilson. So that's where I'm at with it. Like, rest his ass, and Sean Payton ain't going to do nothing to help that situation out.
All right.
You didn't get on Russ?
I've never been a Russ fan. I live in Seattle. I've been here for 8 years. I've never been a Russ fan.
Wow.
I've never thought he was really that good of a quarterback. I think he got carried by that defense.
I'm gonna go back to you on that because that's the question I want to lead into our next show about. Rye, what you make of people comparing Sean Payton and Mike McCarthy?
I think that's an accurate comparison. But like you said, you don't really. I've never really seen a coach call out another coach, and that coach he called out is actually coaching my team's offense.
Right.
So Aaron has something to say about that for sure.
I know.
He told Sean to keep his coach's name out of his mouth.
Yeah, he did.
He did the Will Smith.
Yeah. So we gonna see. I think that he'll help like Denver as a team, but I also don't think that I think that Russ is too far gone. Like, I don't know. I think like the time, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the commercials, the Sierra. I don't know, but whatever it is, it just ain't. It ain't clear.
You don't have Pete Carroll no more. You don't have Pete Carroll no more.
Shades.
Yeah.
What the heck was that?
What the fuck is going on in this game?
Chargers playing hot potato over there.
That ain't garbage. All right, go ahead.
I think Sean Payton is. I don't know. I kind of think he had a better run in the Saints than McCarthy. They both had Super Bowls, but I kind of feel like the Saints were a better football team overall than what McCarthy had. He was more relevant. He was more fluid with his offense. His offense was always one of the top in the league. So I'll take I'll take Sean Payton over Mike McCarthy.
I agree with that. I'm for sure because I've seen the reason why I said that the only difference I've seen between the two is I've seen Sean Payton build something. I've never seen McCarthy build anything. He just inherited, like even the Cowboys. He inherited the Cowboys
for sure.
You know, I haven't seen him take something and build upon it. Out of when we do the comparison, like him, like Gruden and all that. I've seen Gruden build something up over there with the Raiders, even though he couldn't finish it the first stint because he got fired. But I've seen him build something.
I mean, I will say Mike McCarthy's stint in the Cowboys, I would say it has to be some level of success because they were 8-8, 8-8, whatever. And now they're 12. Now they've been consistently 12-4. Now they just got to get it over that hump in the playoffs. But with Sean Payton is almost like Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, Sean McVay with the offense, Kyle Shanahan, where they actually will evolve their playbook as the year progresses. They're not just going to keep the same plays that they had in week 4. No, they're actually going to incorporate new things. They actually ask their players what's going on and ask them their opinion so that they can change the playbook. So when you have coaches like that, it's very hard for you to lose. So I don't know if he's going to turn the Broncos around this year. I don't know if it's going to happen quick, like he said. Like, I'm going to be pissed if we don't make the playoffs. Well,
you may be pissed off.
Yeah, he might be pissed. But I think give y'all one more free agency, one more draft, one more, and then Russell in year 2 underneath his offense, and then Russ playing in rhythm, playing with timing, because that's the discrepancy that you got to work with Russ and Sean, because Russell's is used to playing off script, and Sean Payton has a timing offense. So Russ got to play discipline. If Russ can play discipline, then I think y'all can have success. But it's up to Russ really, because y'all got a good defense.
Over there.
All right, so I'm gonna start with Singlu. Is there anybody you want to call out? Anybody in the world of sports you want to call out? Floor is yours.
Yeah, so I'm gonna call out the whole national media.
Go ahead.
Just because they've gotten this whole Jonathan Taylor thing wrong. Talking about how the Colts don't want to pay Jonathan Taylor, all this and all that. But the thing is, they just been wrong as hell, just spreading, wildfires across everywhere. And people listen to them, and for whatever reason, I don't know. But if you really want to know what's going on with Jonathan Taylor and with the Colts, go follow the local media, the local people in Indy that covers the team, because they know better than the national media. Unless it's Tom Pelissero, like he's close to Indy.
Pelissero's good. Good.
But the rest of them, man, like y'all got to stop this. Do your research. Stop spreading lies. Stop y'all out here like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, man. Stop doing all that.
All right, Shane, take over to you. Is there anybody else you want to call out? Anybody you want to call out, Shane? My girl Bianca's leaving the building. Peace out.
I don't know. I don't think the homie gonna like this, but I'm calling out Jim Irsay. I kind of feel like, there's a real chance that you can lose one of your star players instead of just shoring them up, and shoring up the contract and getting the man paid. He's trying to get paid earlier than before because the running backs, we know the running back situation is totally unfair and it's unbalanced. That's why he's trying to get the bag early, because you're gonna try to run me into the ground and then try to tell me that I'm my age is whatever. But I'm calling out Jim Irsay because even though I know you call out Stephen A, and sometimes he be capping a lot, like sometimes he be start cap a lot, but
that's smart.
I agree with him on. I agree with him on his take on Irsay, like how he was talking about Jonathan Taylor, like he really don't. Oh, their players come a dime a dozen, like kind of like you can find another Jonathan Taylor. Like, well, you probably thought the same way about Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck ain't there because y'all didn't address the line. And that's why Andrew Luck gone, because he got beat to shreds. So, like, you need to respect your players more. You know what I'm saying? Like, they treating these players.
See, that's why I say stop listening to the media, because Irsay ain't never say nothing like that to JT. Irsay has actually said the complete opposite about JT. So that's why I say, like, the national media guys, I understand that, but they be wrong in what they're saying. And even with Andrew Luck, it wasn't the offensive line because his last year with Indy before he retired, he only got sacked like 15 times.
The offensive line was good.
The offensive line was good. They had started building up the offensive line. He got hurt in practice because he took off running. And then after that, he was ending it. But
he also got hurt outside. He also got hurt outside of the season as well. But in the in the beginning of his career, the offensive line was not straight.
Yeah, but
it took a couple of years before y'all got the offensive line straight.
Yeah, that's when we hired Ballard, and Ballard started getting the offensive line right. But go back and look at some of those games, and look at Andrew Luck because Andrew Luck didn't help them out either. Andrew Luck took a lot of contact on purpose, and he's even said that, because that's what got him going, getting hit.
He tripping.
And some of those hits that's what led to the lacerated kidney and stuff. So I mean, I get it. I understand it. Yeah, I understand it because I mean, Irsay is the easy target for sure. He's the owner, but that's what I'm saying. Like Irsay's never made those comments. I understand that if I die tomorrow and I'm out the league, and you're out the league goes on. I mean, that's a fact. The league does go on, but he's always praised Jonathan Taylor, and he's even respected Jonathan Taylor trying to get the bag, and they want to pay him. They just don't want to pay him right now until he's healthy. Tell him to get healthy. His ankle's still a problem.
This is good. All right,
I respect it though. Like I respect him wanting his bag. I don't take nothing from that. I respect him for that. You deserve your money. You carried us the past 2 years. Get your money. But you also got to get healthy, dog. Like you can't be demanding. That's why I say time is everything. You can't demand money and you can't even touch the field right now.
All right, Ryan, who you got for calling out names?
I'm gonna call out the Portland Trailblazers, man. Stop playing. Let us get Dame. You know what I'm saying? So we can run this
Dame
thing
to
back.
Miami.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, send them on over here. Even though they don't want Tyler, I would love to keep Tyler, but he's no Dame. I'm cool with who we drafted.
Yeah.
We got 3 Heat fans, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, bro. You gotta tighten me up because they already said we'll take Kelly Oubre and Christian Wood on veteran minimums. I'll take that.
If we
that's
get them,
different team. Like
I be kind of taking
a whole different team.
And still got Bam and Butler.
Yeah, go get Dame. Give us
Jimmy.
Give us our team,
bro,
man.
That's nasty.
So we go ahead and run the East and get this.
I don't think nobody in the East want to see Miami if they get Dame. That's different.
They don't want to see us with the first seed. They don't want to see us with the 8th seed. We proven that already.
Yeah. They don't want to see us at all. Like it don't matter where we.
If we in the playoffs, you're in trouble.
We can take the practice squad to the finals. Oh wait, we kind of did, didn't we?
We did that already. We did that.
Y'all ran the East Conference champs. I can't. We didn't. Lakers didn't hold up their side of the deal. It should have been Lakers Heat in the finals.
No, it shouldn't.
Yes, should have.
No, it shouldn't.
It should have.
No, it shouldn't.
It should have.
That 4-0 said no, it shouldn't.
That's why I said we didn't hold up our side of the deal. We should have had.
There wasn't no deal on that one.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was between me and Trey. Between me and Trey, we was talking because we got all 4 teams from the bubble. The Lakers should have did their job, and we would have had a rematch of the bubble because everyone kept saying how illegitimate the Lakers championship was. We would have got to see
which is a bullshit statement.
Which got to see Bron and Jimmy on the big stage.
That's a BS statement, dog. I don't like that.
But we didn't do our part. The Nuggets are the champs for a reason. Jokic made AD barbecue chicken all 4 games. You ain't gonna hear nobody.
Barbecue chicken with Sweet Baby Ray's. He put teriyaki sauce over there.
Man. Chris Pitts.
Not Chris Pitts.
Yes, sir.
Man. Send Dame to South Beach. We can run the East again. We can run through New York, run through Milwaukee,
run through Boston.
Yeah, just give us our guy.
Jimmy
it'll be all right. They'll have their time.
I kind of feel like we own Boston.
They might end up somewhere else. You're right.
Hey man, you ain't gotta say. Hey man, y'all can say whatever y'all want about negative about Boston over here. The Celtics, man. Got Celtics.
Do we have anything positive to say about Boston ever?
Hell no.
Heck no.
I got some positive.
What's that?
They got some damn good clam chowder out there.
I won't even eat Boston baked beans, man. I don't need nothing from Boston.
Wow. Oh, not Boston Baked Bean John. Yo, that's what we doing right now. Right now. Boston Baked Bean John is back.
Y'all some haters. All right, James, you got anybody for calling out names?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who to call out on this whole thing with Shannon Sharp and the First Take with 2 days. I just feel like he should be a regular on that show.
He will eventually.
He will.
The bag ain't. He's like, look,
they're not undisputed. They're not just gonna have him start immediately.
He's gonna
all week. They're gonna test the water, see how you do.
I got a theory.
Uh-oh.
Drop the beat. Cut the beat real quick.
Uh-oh.
I think they're lining him up to be the replacement for Stephen A. Smith full time on First Take.
Well, you know what? With you saying that makes sense because that's what happened with Stephen A. He was on First Take a couple of times, and then it got the whole week, and the next thing you know, he was there and Skip was gone.
So what you're saying is Stephen A. just picked his successor.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen A. Smith is only the man because RIP, my boy Stuart Scott not around no more. Rest in peace.
Another Tar Heel been the same since. Another Tar Heel legend, by the way.
ESPN has not been the same since, dog.
That would be the truth. Stuart Scott.
It has not been the same since.
Stephen A. been talking about getting into acting more.
Yeah,
he's already doing it. Every time you turn on one of them daytime soap
operas.
Yeah, General Hospital.
Hey, he want to be on the stories.
But I mean, if that's the case, then I shut up. But if it's just the fact of ESPN not wanting to pay him, or, then I have to call out those executives because I mean 2 days, and they only announced during football season. They didn't say, hey, he's gonna be on 2 days a week. Period. They just said during football. So I mean, that really was putting it.
Well, he's going to be on during basketball. I think he'll be on during basketball because he's definitely going to argue Stephen A. on the LeBron Jordan debate.
And he's a football savant because he played, so of course he's going to be there for football season.
He's definitely going to be on.
But to just say that, I mean, if they would have just said, "Hey, we're bringing him on," and period, but they just said during football. I thought.
Well, they still want to keep the format where it's Stephen A. versus. That's why it's Shannon's. And obviously, Club Shay Shay just got picked up with Colin Cowherd's podcast.
Yeah. Shout out. Because when they had Michael Irvin, was he on Monday and Tuesday?
No, he was just every Monday.
Oh, there you go.
Is this basically
Michael Irvin?
Here come Dolly. Here come our boy Uncle Dolomite. Too Much Game podcast. Member of the family. Brian Greater than Jordan. Where y'all stand on that debate?
We're not doing this right now. No, we're not.
I ain't gonna do that to y'all.
Football right now, John.
Right. But it's calling out names technically.
I'm over talking about that.
Yeah.
We got.
Hey yo, I know we got. Hey, I know y'all want to go, but just so y'all know my opinion on it, real quick. I got them 1A, 1B. I can't say one is better than the other one right now.
I think that.
You're the first person who said that.
And that's a logical answer too.
Who spoke logically about that?
I said don't compare.
How can you now? How can you now? LeBron's longevity, and he's won a championship with 3 other teams. Like he's done things that Jordan
Nick Freeze got the beat.
Didn't he go to the finals 8 years straight?
This has been the smart. We've only talked about this for 30 seconds. This has been the smartest discussion on the Sports Review about Jordan and LeBron.
Well,
thank you, brothers.
Right.
Go ahead, Shades.
I don't know why.
Go ahead, Shades. Keep going, and then we'll go to C. Lou about this, and then we'll go to Nick Freeze for calling out names.
I got one.
And Trail. Go ahead. Continue
I'm just saying because, bro, I used to be real like harsh on LeBron.
Oh yeah, I remember.
They used to call me Shades Bayless.
Yeah, you was definitely Shades Bayless. You was the biggest LeBron hater.
Bro, they used to call me Shades Bayless, bro. So like I was real critical of LeBron, but what he's done, like, come on, bro. Like he got a case. He got a case for being like what he's doing with points. What he's done with points. What he's done with assists. What he's done with championships. Like being there. How many times? How many championships he has? He's done it with 3 different teams. Like
that's what I respect that. I respect the 1A, 1B because like, I mean, yeah, you think about LeBron and you say like he's like physically a gifted athlete, pause, but think about the people that have to defend him. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Jordan, like that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll put Giannis on LeBron if they got to. You know what I'm saying? Like
and Jordan being guarded by Craig Helu.
Don't you start that.
and John Stark.
Don't you start that? You see Dolly in the comments. You know,
they had hold on. They did have good defenders too back then, but
we're talking about shooting guards.
Yeah,
you remember back then? Hey, look, remember back then, the shooting guard, everybody guarded their own position. It wasn't like all this little flip flopping they be doing now. Yeah, they wasn't doing no switching. If you was a shooting guard, you're guarding a shooting guard. That's how it was back then.
Yo, Dudley, that's a wild statement saying MJ was serving Tom Tolbert. Pause, dude.
That's crazy. Tom Tolbert.
Tom Tolbert. That's wild. Nick, who you got for calling out names, bro?
I have to leave
go
that
ahead.
Jordan conversation alone since I live in North Carolina. You
got to leave that alone.
Okay, here come. I don't know why you even mentioned Craig. You know, Dudley's finna go. Uncle
Jeff Hornacek.
He's going with he's gonna run down the list. Jeff Hornacek, Rex Chapman.
Look, this is real. This
Rick Barry.
Hold on, time out. This is real.
He cooking all of them.
Look, I'm not. I hate to disrespect this dude, but let's think about the second best shooting guard during Jordan's prime was Clyde Drexler, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not dissing. I hate talking bad about Clyde Drexler, but he's not a top 5 shooting guard of all time.
It's Jordan, Kobe, D-Wade, and y'all have the rest.
You like Clyde, bro? Clyde was that dude.
Clyde was nice.
Clyde was
nice.
Look, he was all right, dog.
Well, let me think. You take Jordan, Kobe, D-Wade.
You said what? Whoa. What you say?
I said you take Clyde over T-Mac?
I said
ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell.
Give me T, boy.
Right, give me T.
Hey, look. Prime T-Mac all day, every day, 15 times on Sunday, dog.
T-Mac. By the way, I don't know if y'all know, y'all got any Magic fans out there in Duval, but y'all need to thank y'all should hate Glenn Rivers for the rest of their lives.
Let's fuck him.
Yo, I was a Magic fan, and then
he switched to the Knicks.
I switched to the Knicks.
Can I ask why?
Doc Rivers?
Bro, no, bro. I got tired of, bro. I switched over when the whole Dwight Howard situation happened, and then you lose Dwight Howard and you fire Stan Van Gundy. So what the freak are y'all doing, bro? That was after y'all traded T-Mac. After y'all traded, you got Steve Francis. Steve Francis gone. You let Shaq walk out the door, then give him the bag. Like, it's like, yo, what is y'all doing, fam? I was like, got tired of it, bro. I've tried not to be a Jags fan, and I've tried not to be a Lions fan. The Lions is my second team in the NFL. I've tried not to be their fans, but when the draft come around and everything, I'm like stuck. Oh, yo, who they got? When the Magics did that with Dwight Howard and Stan Van Gundy, I cut ties, bro.
That's pretty much it. Magic fans should have cut ties when Glenn Rivers didn't let Tim dunk his wife on the plane, and y'all would have had him and T-Mac. With Gray Hill.
and Tim Duncan won MVP that year.
Well, it was back-to-back MVPs.
But Doc Rivers said, "No, I'm cool. Your wife can't be up on the plane. Not your family. He just wanted his wife there."
Wow,
Dog was an idiot.
Yeah, I heard that the wife asked, and he was just like, "Nah, the family don't typically wives don't typically ride with the team, like, you know what I'm saying?" And she was like, "Oh, okay," but she was like, "But he didn't know that the other coach had already said if that's what you want, then it's cool."
Oh wow!
So
hey Shay, our girl Christy, she's from Chicago. She a Bears fan. She said, "Why the Lions?"
Because Barry Sanders was the first football game I ever saw.
Greatest running back I ever saw.
It was a Barry Sanders. Yeah, no, it was the first football game I ever saw with Barry Sanders. So I've been rocking with the Lions ever since Barry Sanders. So I've tried not to be a Lions fan. Like, I just can't help it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tried. Just like
things
the
might
Jaguars.
be on the up and up for the Lions, though. They might be up and up.
Oh yeah,
no, for sure.
Wide open.
You know they got Mark Brunell in the quarterback room. You know what I'm saying? So you turn things around.
Y'all whole coaching staff. I like that whole coaching staff. It was Brunell, Deuce Staley, Aaron. What was it? Aaron Glenn.
Deuce Staley, his name. I ain't heard it.
Yeah, he's running. He was a running back and assistant head coach, and then they got Aaron Glenn was the defensive coordinator.
That's wild.
I ain't heard Aaron Glenn's name in a minute. Trail, who you got for calling out names?
So I'm out of my own business today. So I get a notification on Twitter. Someone sent me a private tweet. I open it.
Oh no!
I see this resident so-called Panthers fan over here with a Felix the Cat mascot head on or something.
Oh no!
And I'm like, what the hell is Yes.
Hey, y'all need to,
Like,
y'all
bruh,
need to hear that.
we're in 2023. Whatever you do is your own business. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, ain't nobody trying to see no grown man wearing a big old kitty cat head. That little Negro kitty, whatever you want to call it. Like, what the hell, Negro kitty? Like, what's going on here,
Kitty
man?
is crazy.
Hey, Trey,
Man, what's going on, dog?
Yo, Trey said he had a pussy on his head, man.
we're the only team in history that can have a Black Panther as a mascot. Literally, a Black Panther. So I got to take pride in that.
Oh man, that I don't know what the hell's wrong with John, y'all, but he's on his own, dog.
We do not endorse statements of one Jonathan Watson.
Yeah, his statements are his own opinions alone and do not represent Sports for You and its affiliates.
I missed John's comment.
Nah, you don't want to know. Yeah, I saw that play this John. He a Broncos fan. He'll be okay. Yo, what you saying though?
You'd be okay. That's what he's
He'll be
saying.
all right. But haters, who you got for calling out names then, Mr. Nick Freeze? I got the damn Raiders on calling out names.
Oh,
well, this is gonna be interesting. Yo, Noodle, you're not supposed to repeat what I said. Pay that man. Hey, Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
My man Noodle. All right, dog.
I like that.
You stupid, man. Shout out to Noodle. Yeah, man, pay Josh Jacobs, dog. We need Josh Jacobs on our team for our offense to be the way it needs to be. Yo, Dolly, chill. Shout out to the Denver Donkeys. Dolly, chill. Dolly, chill. No, that's a donkey show. All right, but look. Y'all some haters, man. Boy, I can't wait till Tuesday, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on Tuesday and Friday, boy. Oh, boy. Go ahead. Hey, look, I got to talk about John because he's got all these teams on here out in my team that lost to, so I got to go ahead and deal with this. I lost to him, too. Yeah,
you didn't lose us in like many years, Sean.
We're going to beat the Raiders again this year, too.
Oh.
See the Colts are. The Colts? Yeah, knock it off.
Y'all won't bet, though.
We'll talk about after the show. Not the show. The show got to bet on that. Not the show.
I need that on wax. I need that on wax.
Look, the bet is on, but the details we talk about after the show.
Yeah,
the bet is on, though. The bet is on. That's Area 51 information, ladies and gentlemen. The bet is on.
Shout out to Patreon.
Yeah, for sure. But the Broncos ain't beat the Raiders in 3 years. But look, whatever. Yeah, man. Look, here's the thing, dog. The Raiders messed up by not picking up the 5th-year option, dog. Y'all gotta eat this and pay this dude, dog. That's what y'all have to do. Y'all laid this bid. Y'all gotta pay the man. Y'all could have the 5th-year option to worry about paying him next year, but no, we gotta pay him right now. Yeah. So you guys did this to yourselves. This dude is most definitely top 5 running back in the league, guaranteed. He led the league in rushing last year. He had over 2,000 yards of all scrimmage yards. Come on, man. Go ahead and pay this dude, dog. We need him. We got Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo is best when we have a running game. Come on, man.
Yep.
Fucking hate Jimmy Garoppolo, too.
Yo, Dolly, that's mad hate. You see my man Singu got the
who is his team?
He a Raiders fan.
He a Raiders fan.
Hey, Dolly, they beat us last year, dog.
Uncle Dolomite.
Just Saturday beat y'all last year. Like, what are we talking about?
We lost a color analyst.
Yeah, like you lost to a Hall of Famer. I get it, but y'all lost to Just Saturday last year.
Yo, I'm going with the Raiders in that game.
Yeah.
Leonard Buchanan said the Pac-12 for not having a plan to exist. Yeah, that's wild. Y'all see now that
interception. There's gonna be an NFL Super Conference in the next 5 years. I'm telling you.
Maybe next 2.
Look, dog. All I know is this: if I'm Ohio State and Michigan, y'all better be scared, dog. We on our way. We taking over.
Who is we?
USC. We on our way.
USC.
No,
you ain't got no defense.
It's a fuck about UCLA.
we know where we ain't scared.
Fuck them.
Man, I mean, when you speak of Ohio State, please put the D in front of it.
I'm definitely not doing that. And if I remember right, last time we played,
where did that come from? By the way, the Ohio State University, James. Where did that start?
To make themselves feel better.
Feel simple. I mean, that's really all.
It make them feel important.
We're establishing ourselves as the only one, and the only one that matters. The university. So that's where it comes from.
It makes them feel important. That's all.
Well, you can wear a shirt with V on it, and everybody.
I forget. I know CeeLo, he throwing that mad shade at Ohio State for when you played them in the Fiesta Bowl. That's all what he doing.
And next show, I'll make sure I wear my D shirt.
UCLA cheerleaders better than the football team. Yo, that's crazy. Noodle saying, what's on the Fox Sports channel now with no Pac-12? Well, they still got baseball. Look, they'll still have baseball. Look, they still got the Big Ten and the Big 12. Well, I didn't start the Big 12. I didn't. NBC speaking of the Big Ten. But the Pac-12 is on life support.
No, it's not. It's done.
Only teams left as of right now until they join another conference is Cal, Stanford, Oregon State, and I think Utah.
And I don't know what the hell Deion thinking about having Colorado move, but go ahead.
They're going back to the Big 12.
Please.
By the way, how y'all feel about Coach? What y'all think about Coach Prime in Colorado before we get up out of here?
Get them the fuck up out of here.
Well, I can't wait when they come to the college. You're gonna be on one.
Dog, we play them this. You have to beat the shit out of them.
Must be the man.
What you think? What y'all think about Coach Prime?
And somebody gonna do the Deion when they
what you think about Coach Prime in Colorado?
I think we talked about it a little bit last time. I'm a huge fan of Deion. I saw what he did with the HBCU. It was amazing. I don't think there's anything this man can't do. We can't doubt him. He's definitely going to beat the 2-12 record that the Buffaloes had.
I ain't saying much.
Yeah, they'll win 4 games. Double it up.
We're going to see real changes because there's one thing Deion can do, and that is recruit. So you're just seeing people just coming out of the woodwork trying to go play in snowy Colorado. So I think we're going to see a difference.
CeeLo?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see, man. It's hard to be 2-12. What was they last year? It's hard to do that. Wow. It's hard to only win 2 games. I think they'll be on the up and up, but they gotta show me something.
Mm-hmm. Shades.
Colorado ain't been nothing for a while, so.
Noodle said the Sanders-Rice matchup. Yeah. SC versus Colorado.
What the fuck? What are they doing? This game is garbage.
I think that Colorado is going to be better just off the defensive standpoint. Like he got the 2 best corners in the league in the NCAA, don't he?
He got the 2 top corners. He got the 2 top recruits from back-to-back classes.
So Travis Hunter and I forgot the other kid's name.
Yeah, he got the 2 top corners from
back-to-back
classes.
That's like bro. So to me, that's like automatic. You know, you can build around that just alone. Like you're not passing on us. You know, if you throw that ball up, it's going to be problems. So I think it's going to be a 2 to 3 year process, but I think that he can do it because he's shown us that he can do it very quickly at an HBCU, and he turned it around very quickly and was dominant very quickly.
By the way, on that HBCU note, Jacksonville State and South Carolina State actually play tomorrow night. I wonder how many people are going to be watching that game now.
Let's see what the new coach is.
Rye, what you think about Prime in Colorado?
Pretty much like everybody else said, I feel like he's gonna beat. You know what I mean? They're gonna definitely beat the record they had last year. I want to say, I mean, depending on how well they do, I mean, they could be competitive, not like to win anything major, but I think they can probably win like 8 to 10 games in probably about 3 to 4 years. I give him about that much time. I mean, if Deion keeps recruiting the way he's recruiting, got to get somebody behind his kids though, because once they're gone, I mean,
how do y'all feel about Shador?
So
how y'all feel about Shador? Y'all think he can make it to the NFL besides the fact his last name is Sanders? We'll see.
No, we got to see this year.
Yeah, this year is the telling year.
This year is the year.
New offense and better competition. So,
yeah. If he does good, then hey.
All right. Well, gentlemen, this has been an iconic episode, and I'm gonna thank all y'all for taking time.
Top 3 episodes.
This has been fire. We definitely gonna do this again. We definitely gonna get the work so we can do the collab episode. So before we go and get everybody get y'all information. James, thank you again for joining us this week. Trail, of course, you know what it is, bro. Let's start with James. Tell everybody where they can follow you. You see right there.
What does that say? Hello Kitty?
Yo!
Oh, my bad.
on Twitter at Live Laugh Talker. We would love to hear you here. We have some fun on there, but we also talk about some serious topics, and we keep it real. We don't have as much fun as we have right here, but we would love to get an opportunity to have you come in and listen to us.
Hey, tell where they can find Live, Laugh, and Talk.
On every podcast, wherever you are, if you're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, just search for Live, Laugh, Talk. And we, as I said, we keep it real. We got there a little bit this time. I know we went to an area some people don't want to talk about, but we talked about, that whole slavery conversation as far as education goes in Florida. So, I think to get more educators, we need more educators. Mm-hmm. We don't pay our educators enough, but then you top that off with telling them what they can teach. That's
they're better in Texas education rate right now.
Can of worms. So, like
85% didn't graduate.
We get on some serious topics, but our whole goal is to self-help, to look at ourselves, build ourselves up, and hopefully bring down Nick Free's anxiety one day.
Man, look. Long as
they get to the playoffs, he be all right.
Look, dog, if we go to the playoffs, I'm cool, dog. I don't care what happens. Hey, look, if we get a playoff win, don't nobody talk to me. I don't care if we don't win no more. Don't nobody talk to me.
We'll stay out in Oregon.
Yep. See, Lou, tell them where they can follow you, bro.
Yeah, so y'all can follow me, Drop Balls Pod on Twitter. And then also you can check out the Sports After Dark After Hours on YouTube, Sports After Dark YouTube channel, Sports After Dark Twitter page as well. But those are the two spots that I'm always at. Twitter Space, Twitter, running the numbers up on Twitter, talking shit. And it's football season, man. So I'm about to definitely get in my bag with that.
Definitely gonna have you. Definitely have all y'all on during the season. Obviously, in the spaces, they spaces be wild, man. I was there.
Oh yeah, they be wild.
They get wild. Trust me, I dealt with Lakers spaces for 2 years. I know, man. It's crazy.
All right, I dealt with Lakers Twitter since I met John, and I hate it. Forgive me.
All right, let's go over to the Homie Studio podcast. Shay, tell them where they can follow you.
Most Def on Twitter, on IG, on YouTube. It's at Homie Studios. Just at HOMIE Studios. Check us out. We got a lot of episodes. I'm also. You can check me out at Pinnacle_Ventures. I'm also a real estate investor, mortgage loan originator. I can help people get business funding. You got credit repair that you need, I can help out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm an entrepreneur as well. So
shout
if
out,
anybody
brother,
ever needs some financial consultations, I'll let your boy.
Right. I'm about to do that in the near future. For sure.
At _Slim. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna he not lying. Like he done put me in contact with some people that done fixed a lot of things for me.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah.
A lot of things. So at Homie Studios, at Voodoo_Slim on IG and Twitter. That's really about it. The only place you really want to catch
one other thing I wanted to say, I just got a brand new website that came out that shows everything that I do. So if y'all can check it out, www.pin-ventures.com. That's www.pin-ventures.com. It shows you like all the products and all the services that I can do. So
absolutely.
Oh man, shout out, man. So,
like I said, this was an iconic episode. You brothers brought the fire. Trell and James, thank y'all again for bringing the fire. The AFC, NFC talk. I've been saying it all. This 2 days has been just on a whole nother level from the east to north to south. And now we're gonna close it out next week with the West.
Hold on. Before we continue this,
yes,
please make sure y'all watch next week.
Oh boy,
because you know what's gonna happen next week.
Oh, it's gonna be some.
I get to talk my shit next week.
Me too.
And it's gonna be a debut next week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on. So this is how it's gonna go Tuesday. We gonna start basically with the NFC West. Our boy Josh is gonna pull up. We might have some other guests. He's gonna be our boy Josh. He's gonna be with us Tuesday and Friday.
Fuck him and his 49ers.
He's gonna talk 49ers and NFC West. We might have some other guests that's gonna join the show. Friday we're gonna talk AFC West with me repping the Broncos, Nick repping the Raiders.
Lane Kinsey repping the Chargers.
We got some people. who in the chat who gonna make their first time appearance talking Chargers. And if we find a Chiefs and you a Chiefs fan, holla at Sports For You podcast.
The only Charger I know about want to go to my phone.
Yeah, likewise. And we here. Thank
What
y'all.
Josh doing over there?
Oh, that's cold. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Y'all make sure y'all follow each one of these brothers doing their thing. And we again thank them for taking time out of their schedule and being with us on the night. Make sure, as Dolly said in the comment section, if y'all in the chat, hit the like button. Shout out to Uncle Dolomite, Too Much Game Podcast. Subscribe to his podcast on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram. And we'll be back here on Tuesday. Like this video, subscribe to Sports For You Podcast. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Sports For You Podcast. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at jwatson0984. Follow Nick on Instagram and Twitter at 99gorilla. Trell on Twitter and Instagram at Monty_Ice. Mark will be back on Tuesday. Follow him at High on Mark and at High on Mark 1 on Twitter.
Stream caution.
And again, stream caution. And again, enjoy this 0 week of college football. Enjoy the last week of the preseason.
Do y'all play this week?
We play the Rams tomorrow.
No. I'm talking about.
Oh no, we play next Saturday. We play Virginia next Saturday.
Another scrimmage game. All right, go ahead. My fault.
Yeah, it is. And we'll definitely start talking college football, but definitely the AFC NFC West is going to be on next week. This has been another infamous classic episode of Sports For You. I'm John. That's Nick Freeze.
What it do?
That's Monty Ice.
Yeah.
We got James Graham, C. Lou, Rye, Shades, the Homie Studio Podcast. This has been another iconic episode. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. God bless. Good night. Peace.